All right, let's get it. Yo, welcome back to Everything Is. Yesterday, man, we gotta talk about it. Yesterday, Ryan Clark found out he was fired on ESPN, while the cameras were still rolling. Sorry, we've had a day. We've had a couple of days. Listen, we're late tonight because we had a couple of hours technical difficulties yesterday, today. Trust me, I'm a little flustered. But yes, we're going to talk about Ryan Clark. He got fired while on air last night, while the cameras were still rolling, mid broadcast. And we have thoughts, you know? Then we got to talk about see, I'm all tied up. Marc Lamont Hill and Ish. Man, they went at it on the Joe Budden podcast over whether Jay-Z, his rap about, YouTube, not YouTube, sorry, I'm getting everything messed up. His rap about Target and the boycott for Target with Black Americans, boycotting Target. And the argument took a turn into something bigger, where Ish pulled out AI as a source, and Mark went in on him for it. So we're going to chat about that real quick. And then I also want to talk about a video from a YouTuber that I genuinely respect, JuJu Almighty. Check his content out. It's pretty dope. But he said he was talking about the 154 podcast. If you don't know the 154 podcast, it's Godfrey's podcast with Abaja Billamila. They're both African Americans. Oh, well, let's be clear. It's Nigerian Americans who are born here, but with Nigerian parents, immigrants, where they talk about, all African countries and the relationship between Africa and America. They were born here. So the YouTuber JuJu had a couple takes, and me being, a Nigerian American and Chris being a foundational Black American, I think this is the perfect space to talk about what we're talking about. And basically, JuJu wants them to shut the fuck up about all Black Americans, and I think that's a little bit crazy. But we're going to talk about that today. I know you can, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. You can stay on my lines. Lateness, yeah. Yes, man. This is everything is, man. This is everything is a conversation tonight. So keep checking us out. Like he said, thank you. We're here Monday through Friday, 9:30 ish Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and Twitch. Oh God, the ish is doing the heavy lifting on that. Heavy lifting on the ish. So subscribe, follow, drop a like, ring that bell icon if you're really fucking with us and really want to see us continue to talk about, these topics. We are here every weekday. So keep tapped in. Never give up. Make sure you center yourself, bro, in the camera, by the way, because they can't see your face while you're talking. But yeah, yeah. Rolling up. Gotta roll it up. Yeah. Yes. Listen, stick it around because tonight we're talking about what it costs to have a voice, what it means to use AI as a source, and why the African diaspora conversation is one that everything was built to have. Let's get into it.
At a company, and I was the only black person that worked there, and I got fired, which I did not think was possible. I thought I had to be there for vibes and music recommendations. One time I was at a board meeting, and my boss asked me if I thought Tupac really died or not. Those are the type of questions I got, and I still got fired. I like being a black dog owner. I think we treat our dogs like pets, but we talk to them like they grown men. Like a white person might walk their dog, and if the dog picks something up, he's going to be like, hey, no, stop it, drop that. A black dude's going to be like, yo, man, what you think you're doing right now? Like, black people are the only people that ask dogs open-ended questions. Like, the dog can't answer that.
All right. Finally, we have made it to the show, man. Thank y'all for being patient with us. Thank y'all for joining us here. If you're here on the restream, the rebroadcast, thank you for tapping in. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're just finding out who we are and just getting to know us. I am your host, Chidi Bang. I'm with my tag team partner, my brother, Chris the Most High, the joint roller Ayatollah himself, and he's just rolling just now. Chris, how you feeling tonight? Redacted. Shout out to Kenny for sure. Yeah. Y'all could hear them. You couldn't hear me, but yeah, honestly, if you really want to, struggle through it, it's in our lives, but it's harsh. It's harsh. But no, my brother, he was in the Tate University, so we got a couple of his perspectives on what he did there and why he was defending Andrew Tate last night. So you guys can check out his explanations. You can't hear my rebuttals, unfortunately, but Chris has some really good takes as well. If y'all want to dive in and check that out, we will try. we figured it out about 75% through the podcast, so I do end up talking at the end, and we do talk about Chevron University. So we'll have a pretty good conversation. We put some clips out today. So yeah, y'all tap in with that stuff. Check it out. Like, subscribe. We want to hear y'all opinions too. Like, please definitely comment on these takes, because we are going to go in tonight on a couple of things. And I know me and Chris are not going to see eye to eye on everything, but that's why we are here. We're here to have these discussions and cause the controversy, because we are the zeitgeist. We are the culture. And this is what we do best. We talk about everything that matters. So, what will be our first topic tonight, brother? Ryan? Wait a minute. We can't go through this one more time, because you were talking that shit and you had a really good intro, but I don't think they heard you, because we have a million different Discords going live right now, and somehow the Discord is not connected. So before we continue this episode, I'm going to check the audio one more again. Which Discord are you in?
I am in.
Okay.
I am in
You're in now.
I'm in the original one. Yes, I tried to do something again, helping out the podcast, and unfortunately, I don't know how this shit little sputtered into me not helping. So today I was supposed to have Craig help catch the audio, and right now Craig can't be on the audio because I'm not controlling the server right now. So right now we just gotta go off the producer Chidi, and we gotta go off his vibe, gotta go off his levels. You know,
we caught up now.
Come on.
So we got the rest of the podcast to talk. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Listen, we're gonna talk about Ryan Clark and him being fired from ESPN first. Do you have a clip of this, or does it even matter right now? Because honestly,
yeah, the clip is in. I sent it in our original group chat, and it's from actual Brown girl from Laura LaRosa.
Got you.
From the Breakfast Club. So she broke the news with her reporting on the Breakfast Club this morning, and I believe if that's not the video, that is the transcription of her speech. So let me know if I actually sent you the video.
I got the transcription. I don't have the video, but I do have the transcription of the X video. So let's go ahead and the X conversation. Excuse me, X post.
Okay.
All right. Let me go ahead and read through it.
You want to put it in the 3 shots so they can see it, or you just want to read it through?
Shoot, now I'm scared of the 3 shot.
I mean, not the 3 shot. I mean, the video shot, the share screen. I don't know if you want to put this. I know it's not a video, but if you want to share screen, tweet so they can.
No, that's what I intended to do.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me just go ahead and share.
Not bad for quick. Rushing the producer.
No. We good. All right. Here we are. Give me a second to recenter this for y'all.
Okay.
So, as we mentioned, Ryan Clark, he was on air with ESPN. They go to break, you said, and then they come back and he's gone. NFL
yes,
Live,
they
right?
was on. It was Adam Schefter. No audio. Thank you.
No audio where?
Adam. I think we fixed it. From on YouTube. I think we fixed it on YouTube.
All right.
I'm about to check right now. They were on. Okay, I hear me.
If you're still there, can you just leave in the chat?
Can I leave it? If I'm on YouTube, be in the chat?
Not you. Okay. I can actually see the chat, which is crazy. But to the comment section, please let us know if you can hear us.
Thank you so much. Let us know if you can hear us. I'll put it. I'll put it in there. Let us know if we still. Oh shit, nigga! I'm typing on the wrong computer. Child to me having 2 kids, 2 computers. I'm typing on the laptop and ain't even on there.
Now there might be a delay of you because I'm hearing a delay of you.
You hearing a delay on me for real?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah. Let me know if Discord updated.
Holy camoli. I see. Hello, I see. Can you still hear me? Hello. Hello. Is it still delayed? Still delayed. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, what it really is. It's an echo. I hear 2 of you.
Oh, it's an echo.
And you are already muted on video, so it's not that.
Okay, so I muted my cell phone video. Let me make sure that I have my mic to this mic. Testing. Okay. And let me make sure that I don't have no other browser open. Yeah, I should be good, brother. Let me make sure that I'm muted on YouTube. YouTube's muted. Okay, I'm not sure where the echo come from, man. I'm sorry.
Do you hear it on YouTube?
Do I hear the echo on YouTube? No, I'm muted on YouTube. So let me see if I hear it on YouTube. Hold on.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna mute myself so I can check it real quick.
No, I don't hear an echo. I don't hear an echo on YouTube. Nope, I don't hear an echo on YouTube. That girl, Lauren LaRosa, brown girl grinding. Okay. I can't hear you. You're muted now. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Do one more time.
1, 2, 3, 4. Still echo?
All right, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good on YouTube. I can hear the echo.
Okay. All right. Hey, man, thank you so much. Thank you so much for you letting us know. Audio issues is something that we are legitimately scared about right now. Like that's our biggest thing right now.
Yo,
Audio
that is
issues right now.
That's our Thanos. That's our Dr. Doom. That is our big guy,
Hey,
yo.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Don't bring that Marvel shit in here if you ain't ready to talk about it.
No. Okay, we can talk about it at the end of the podcast.
Okay.
All right,
watched
we'll do a spoiler alert. I did.
Did you watch?
I was
Okay, so I believe we can talk about it non-spoiler alert. I believe that me and you can have a general conversation.
I think you can. You just gotta put a spoiler alert before. Hey, Rich, stop listening right now. If you don't want to see, it's a trailer. We gotta do that for trailers. It's crazy right now.
You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, because hold on, it's 2 that dropped today. The Doom.
Oh, I saw 1.
Which you saw the Spider-Man?
No.
Oh.
All right.
That's the one. That's the one.
We're getting off the plot here. All right. Well, we'll talk about this at the end of the pod. So if y'all into Marvel, stick around. But right now we're gonna chat. We're gonna chat around. Yeah, this is distracting as a motherfucker. But we're gonna talk. Yeah, this little echo. I hear myself too.
Damn.
It's because you're on your phone.
No, I'm off my phone now. I'm back on the computer. Yeah, I'm back on the CPU. I'm back on the CPU, man.
What the?
So that's weird. And I got my mic hooked up. I got my headphones in, so it's like nothing's coming out of outsource right now. So I honestly don't know why you hear echo. To be quite honest, for real.
Oh wait, it might be my fault. I think it's me.
It's okay. Again, we take what we get from you, bro.
It was the Twitch.
It was the Twitch. Okay.
Because I muted the YouTube, but the Twitch was on. Because I didn't check it. All right, boom. So, talking about Ryan Clark. Listen, guys, he got fired while he was on air. So we're gonna read through this. Lauren LaRosa, she did some investigative reporting on this. So let's read through it.
It was Mina, Adam Schefter, and Ryan Clark on the screen. It was a 3-shot with Laura, the white girl, the host. So it was 4 people on screen. Ryan was giving his point. You can see. I'll pull the video up while you're reading them. You can see the 3, especially Adam, because Adam stays with his phone.
Yeah.
So you can tell them they got the alert or it zipped them on air.
All right, so let's read through this and then you get the video, throw it in the Discord, okay?
Bet.
All right, so it says that Lauren LaRosa, she said, I spoke to a source close to NFL Live Productions on Ryan Clark's firing, who tells me Ryan Clark was blindsided while on air. Since her source is telling her that they're alleging that the head of ESPN content, Burke Magnus, had the news of the firing leaked to Outkick. I don't know what Outkick is. Do you know what that is?
Wow.
What is Outkick?
Outkick, I believe, is like a red pill type of situation. I'm
gonna look that up. What the fuck is Outkick? I've never heard this in my life.
I don't want to outspeak too much of Outkick, but I think Outkick is like a conservative. It's like a conservative type of situation.
Social media site or something?
Yeah, or law. It's like a
it's an American sports and commentary website.
Yeah, it's a website. It's like a journalistic arm. Yeah.
Okay, a Fox outlet. Okay. And your competition? technically, he leaked it to your competition.
I mean, you know, they it ain't never you. It's like AEW, WWE. Fox ain't really my competition. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Okay.
they little broskies to me.
All right, an outlet who my source alleges then celebrated and rallied conservatives to pour on support to control the narrative. My source close to production continues with a company like Disney broke the news to an outlet, then told Ryan he was on TV as he was on TV during a break. Yet they were posting his takes all day on social media while this was happening to get views.
Yep.
My source continues, this was handled with the least amount of respect and dignity for Ryan Clark, a man who's worked as hard for a network as he has and been one of the faces. I'm told Ryan will be okay. There's a lot more to come from this and how it played out. Ryan has received a tremendous amount of support on media, current and former players, head coaches in NFL and NBA, as well as entire company of people who producers in tears and shock when this happened. My source makes it clear it's not a money thing. The network still has to pay him. We know why it is. Bronco, hashtag Bronco Grinding. Thank you, Laura LaRosa, for getting some insight on this.
I don't like I get it. Everybody wants to be a journalist, but in J school, my nigga, you gotta leave the opinions out of it. You know.
Okay.
Do you know? Because if you know, you have to say.
You're a journalist. You should say if you know.
Like if we know, if your source, even if your sources told you, you know what I'm saying? Like you.
I don't know, because after everything she just said, I don't know why it happened.
I don't know why it happened. And realistically, like Ryan Clark wasn't a button pusher. Realistically, to like where, you know, she wasn't a troublemaker.
Yeah,
he now I do know that there was you know, he had to apologize to the boy Peter Schrager.
That was months ago, right?
Yeah, but Peter got some stroke, boy.
Yeah, there was a rumor that he was gonna be a GM at one point. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yo,
Peter
Schrager, First and foremost, you already know where I gotta go. You already know where I gotta go. Who's his agent? Who he's represented by? CAA.
TKO. Ari Emanuel.
CAA. No, he hired. He's CAA. CAA.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Very, very powerful people. You know what I'm saying? And realistically, like you don't make enemies out of those. And not only that, Peter Schrager is legitimately locked in with NFL head coaches, NFL GMs, you know, so like it's a case can be made that.
But this is where I'm like, is this conspiracy corner, or is there anything to this? Like, there's something to this, or is it just we thought that this is the only thing we could point to where he kind of went out of line, and maybe that has something to do with it? Because we trying to make something out of this firing? Because they said it wasn't about money, but would they fire him off of something that happened months ago? Now,
well, I'm not sure if now. I mean, like, let's be real. Like, if we're talking about it, Cam Newton got fired too, right? And Cam Newton's ain't do himself no favors in the last couple of months. I'm gonna be quite honest. When we talking about him interviewing Jason Whitlock, who is, again, without a shot of a doubt, we know is Stephen A's nemesis. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think that has anything to do with it though. Like, I really don't think.
I'm not saying just that. I'm him saying women lose their value by having more kids that they have. Like, Cam Newton don't help himself out, my nigga, for bosses, and he's not that. What are you saying?
He's always been this guy. Like, he was there before you hired him.
He never said women lose their value by having children prior to being hired to ESPN. I ain't never heard that. I ain't never. And for women,
but it's again, not on your air. It's not on your. It's not.
Who
It's not on you.
cares?
I mean, to be honest, I care because literally you have people who have their outside things. Say Stephen A. Smith was caught saying all types of shit about Jasmine Crockett. And she's just because she's a black woman is different. Like I mean,
Well, hold on. No, wait. He didn't. What? Okay, I hate when you do this. He doesn't say a whole bunch of mess about Jasmine Crockett, and when he said something about Jasmine Crockett, we never come back and say Stephen A. Smith apologize. With that being said, Stephen A. Smith ain't never say Jasmine Crockett ain't worth something because she had children. I just want to make that distinct. He's never said nothing that was super.
But Chris, you gotta understand something. Like my point is not that he didn't say that specific thing. My point is that he has his own platform to say whatever he wants that does offend people. Period. And and so does Cam. So at the end of the day, I don't think there's a difference. I really don't. I think that when somebody has their own platform, they have it for a reason. Unless it's like some crazy thing that's legal or extremely controversial, where like that whole thing, that's just a conversation he had on Funky Fridays with somebody. That should not affect his ESPN job. Ryan Clark is a clean cut dude. He has the pivot. He don't really bother nobody. So this doesn't even track for him either. So like I think we're just searching for reasons to say, oh, this is why this black man got fired.
No, I won't even put the black man got fired or searching for a reason. I'm saying there are, like, again, I sent you a clip. Okay. I think one of the things that we do have to understand and take accountability, because we are black, and I point out to you sometimes niggas think they the shit and they talk very condescendingly as if like they run something. So the clip that I sent to you was Ryan Clark was on the Pat McAfee show a couple of years ago, and how Ryan Clark kind of did the same thing to Peter Schrager and said, "You never played, you don't know what it's like, you never did." He tried to run that game on Patty.
Okay, let's watch it.
And go and watch it. That boy Pat put him in his place, boy.
How's it going, RC?
Bro, I'm doing well, man. I got to talk about people who kind of wear football uniforms but don't really play football.
Ryan, have you ever tackled somebody on a football field?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ran with a football in an NFL game? Have you had a rush?
No, I have not.
Oh. That's weird. Have you thrown a pass in the NFL?
I have not.
Oh. Have you scored in an NFL game?
I actually have not.
Oh. There's a lot of things, I think, that make up a football game. You know what I mean? Like tackling, running, passing, kicking, blocking. I've done them all. I've done every single one of them. You've done what? 2 out of the 7 probably. Who's more of a football player, Ryan? Oh, I'd like to know. Who is more of a football player, Ryan Clark?
I got 100 on my jazz, got 200 in my truck.
All right, goddamn. All right, we had a couple of plays with Pat McAfee, and they're dragging it out. Listen. Wait, your mic is up. Your mic is up. Like,
you said what?
Okay, you're good now.
Hello?
You're good now. You're good now. You're good now.
Okay. I said, Pat has converted passes on 4th down. Clearly, punters out there, 4th down pass. He's ran the ball 1st down. He's scored. He's converted onside kicks. Yeah. He's like,
I'm never knocking Pat. I like Pat. He's cool. I'm not knocking Pat. I'm just saying, like, they're over here jostling, doing their athlete shit and talking shit. And you're trying to paint a narrative of Ryan Clark like he runs shit and so like he's talking shit with his friend.
No, what I'm saying is Ryan does that. He does that. Man, you had the conversation like, hey man, he didn't keep that same energy with Andrew Schultz. It was
to me he did. He had him on the pocket and he told him that's how he felt.
Not the way his thumbs worked.
First
like
of all,
what I'm saying.
When somebody comes on your platform, you give them the opportunity to speak, and that's what he did. He's not going to sit here, invite him to the platform, and just like bark at him. No, you're actually going to have a conversation with me in person, face to face. All right, let's talk man to man, and that's exactly what he did. That's what men do. Now, yeah, he called it out as what he said. As he said, yo, you shouldn't be talking about black women this way, and then he brought one of the podcasts to his face and said, yes, this is what I stand by. And it wasn't like he fucking kowtowed or anything. Like, come on, don't do that to Ryan.
I didn't. Hold on. Who said he? I mean, but
I'm not saying you said that, but it's like you act like he changed.
What I'm saying is so it goes from Ryan stands on business or like so. What I'm saying is yes, a jock does and speaks in jock terminology in this business world of what we're speaking of, right? Even talking about how teams are being ran, not organizations, but it's analytical, right? Ryan Clark can say he's the best football analyst. They can look at analytics like they do with Jaylen Brown and say, not really, Peyton Pritchard's better. And niggas can be like, Peyton Pritchard? You know what I'm saying? Like Peter Schrager. You know what I'm saying? But the Peter to the
I like Peter Schrager,
people,
but come on now.
But I like I like Ryan too, but it ain't like Ryan. It ain't like Ryan ain't getting into a back and forth with Cam Newton about Cam's mishaps and him not winning the Super Bowl and how you get to talk about Jalen Hurts. Like it ain't like Ryan don't step in it often by
but that's
being
his
Ryan.
fucking job. It's to step in it to talk about football. This is what his job is. Like, what are we even doing here? He shouldn't get fired when he's on air. Like, let's not even try to paint some picture of Ryan Clark right here, where as if it's to resolve what the fuck just happened. This is completely disrespectful. You don't fire somebody while they're working for you on TV, while they're doing their job. Then on top of that, capitalize off of the outcry and the support and the controversy by clipping them up and putting them on social media to get the clips up, because it's a controversy right now. It's so nasty to bring me, bro.
No, but he was already clipped. He was already clipped like that. That when he got fired when we was recording, yes, ESPN knew that his name was on the chopping block. My nigga, but your ass was on SportsCenter. You made a good point 10 hours ago. We need to hit. I don't know.
We own the content. Yeah,
we
own
my mama.
No. We can talk. We can keep it a buck. I hear you. Capitalism. I get it. But my thing is it's extremely disrespectful to somebody who's been honestly one of the bright spots of First Take for me and NFL Live, and so his takes, honestly, not that I always agree with Ryan Clark, but he's very knowledgeable, bro. He's made for this. He was one of the few guys who got hired to ESPN while he was still playing. So give this guy his credit and just do, because he's not some guy who's just, that you just throw out the window and be like, yeah, he's just.
This is not the first time he got fired now. This is not the first time he's got letting go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay.
When he was talking
about, but the way they did it this time is completely disrespectful. I think that should be called out. And honestly, I don't know what the reason was. I really don't know what the reason was. I think that they have the right to fire somebody, but to me, he's not the guy per se that I would have done it. In my opinion, I like his takes. I like hearing what he has to say about things on football as we lead towards football season. Now we'll see who you got. We'll see who y'all got.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Ryan Clark ain't the one I'm crying over, bro. Carl Ravage is more. Carl Ravage. I'm sorry. Yes, the white boy.
Who the fuck is Carl Ravage?
Exactly. Again, the disrespect of a man who put. I know you want to talk about Ryan Clark. He's worked there. That nigga put in.
I don't know this guy. I genuinely don't
decades. Know. He's a play-by-play guy. He's a broadcaster. He's a jerk. Carl Ravage is the voice of baseball, my guy. And again. This might be something that you don't give a fuck about, but ESPN baseball or America's pastime of baseball was something that I listen to. Boog Shambi, that's another voice of baseball that I fuck with. Tim Kirchin, that don't talk to me, don't fuck with me with the Dave Winfield, nigga. What we talking about? I'm a baseball nigga. What we mean?
Ravage, is that with a C or K? I don't know, and that's what I'm trying to say.
That's disrespectful to Carl.
It is disrespectful, and he's probably a legend. I'm not trying to say he's not. My thing is, I don't know who he is off of the name. And I'm telling you, people who are watching this, majority of them probably won't know him off the name either. Ryan Clark is a bigger name to me at the moment. Not that this guy has a legendary career. Maybe baseball aficionados know that guy, but on TV as a media face of your
he worked at an ESPN from '93. From 93 to
That's
2006.
great.
I mean, 2026. What do you mean? No. Fuck that. That's great shit, bro. No, you're not about to
I'm
sit
not
here
gonna
and
have
go,
an
oh,
outcry
no,
for a guy who I didn't know
no,
existed until now. I'm sorry.
Nigga, and nobody knew about Ryan Clark. The niggas
You yelling and you're yelling and they can't hear you. So I love
Nigga-
it. Keep getting mad because they can't hear you when you get loud.
Niggas don't care about Ryan Clark and his fucking church brooches. Nigga, like, didn't nobody care about Ryan Clark takes, my nigga, before
Oh, okay.
he started
All right.
being Ryan Clark? Like, let's be honest. Like, until Ryan Clark started.
Clearly,
getting
people
a little
do.
bit of-
Because it's a story.
No. Clearly, what clearly
I don't see nobody
people
talking
like to
about Carl
do.
Ravitch.
Well, clearly, what people don't like to. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, go. So side with your man Stephen A. Because you're right. Stephen A. came to grovel to the microphones like, yeah, the bosses know I'm not happy with this. The bosses know that Ryan Clark is a brother to me. I lost a lot of contemporaries, a lot of colleagues, but Ryan Clark is a brother to me, and that brother knows that. Nigga, fuck out of here, bro. It was a nigga that you can tell what to do, or who needed you, or who you can motherfucking, again, big bro, because niggas love to say, I looked out for a motherfucker, and Ryan Clark loved to say, well, Stephen A. looked out for me, because, again, clout gets you access. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to hold you. Ryan Clark is not somebody that didn't deserve his spot. But let's be quite honest. If Ryan Clark was not the Ace Boo Coon of Stephen A. Smith, would you know that nigga was on First Take? No, because the nigga wouldn't be on First Take. That's my point. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't motherfucking ride the wave.
We can't disrespect Carl Ravitch, but you can just disrespect Ryan Clark right
I'm
now.
not
disrespectful.
Nigga, I'm talking about I'm talking about a nigga again. We talking about over 3 decades with a fucking company, and now we talking about an ex-football player who only was around for football season.
I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that.
What you mean, bro?
I don't want to hear none of that because I don't want to hear none of that because even if Carl Ravitch got hot, he didn't get fired while he was on it. He didn't get fired right in the middle of an MLB broadcast, and then have to walk off set while he was doing his job, and then continue and move on like he
Ryan Clark was at home. He did the hit at the crib. It was a remote hit. It was a remote hit. I got the videos.
That's his set. Whatever. I got a set here too. That's a set. You walked off set, nigga. It's a set.
It wasn't like he was in Bristol.
Okay.
And the niggas told him to unclip himself. I feel you. I feel you on that. Niggas told him to unclip on the fucking joint at Bristol. Now you gotta drive all the way. I get it. The nigga was at the crib already. They just said, hey, turn that laptop in on Monday.
Oh my God. Let's take a look at.
Let's take a look, and don't pay attention to Ryan Clark. Just pay attention to the other 3 faces on the screen. This nigga disrespecting Carl Ravitch. Fucking
disrespecting Ryan Clark, man. He's not the story at top. He's not the story at the topic. Bro, come on, man. Let's talk. Let's see it.
Can't believe that.
What's going on, bro? Is it? It's just not. All right. There we go.
Patrick Ricard, so we could get those big packages along with Cam Scatterboo that were huge in Baltimore. Patrick Ricard, so we could get those big packages along with Cam Scatterboo that were huge in Baltimore.
Oh wait, no, this is before he got sent home. Oh well.
This is them receiving. This is them knowing it while he's talking.
Oh really?
This is the 3 of them. You can even it's a longer clip. I think I gotta show it to you where Adam Schefter does an eye roll, like live in shot, like he does an eye roll, like I can't believe this news, or like this nigga still talking. He's supposed to be fired. Like I don't know where Adam's side of the fence is.
Patrick Ricard, so we could get those big packages along with Cam Scatterboo that were huge in Baltimore.
This is kind of like really. This is kind of embarrassing, man. This is embarrassing, bro. How does he have to talk? He's talking mid-job, and everybody's like, "Yo, I looked at my phone. This guy."
Hold on, you know what?
Don't care anymore.
You know what? I'm not gonna hold you, Ryan Clark. It happens to the best of us, and I'm telling the best of us is me, nigga. I worked at Walmart overnight. They told me do not be here going into midnight because that's a new day and your contract is ended. On my soul. I work a 5:30 p.m. shift to 4:30 a.m. shift. Dumb niggas let me work from 5:30 to 11:30 and said, please clear your locker. So I'm like, bro, I can't even finish my shift. They said the next day means a new contract and we not rolling with that. So what I'm saying is,
I got fired mid-contract too, man. We're for Shopify, bro.
Mid-shift, my nigga, like, you know, like mid, like, so yeah, man, like, it, you know, like, damn, I can't even take my lunch break. Like, nah, your lunch break at the crib.
At least you finish your contract. They're probably in the middle of my contract, and then they pay me the rest. Shit's fucked up. But yeah, man, listen, I think more power to Ryan Clark. He'll be fine. He'll land on. He got things in order in place. But I just think listen, this is what I see here, and I think it also plays into our next conversation when it comes to Jay-Z and his response to the Target boycott. There's a classist system here. There's a class angle to this conversation, and there's a corporate angle to this. That people and certain class and certain ties to corporations get treated a certain way, and it's easy to dehumanize people and treat them like they're just furniture, right?
Yeah, I'm sending something to the Discord.
What? Okay, cool. And okay, cool. I don't think that is okay to like be completely, completely ignorant or just willy-nilly firing people the way they do. I think there should be, especially people who've been there for a long time, and just have a little bit more grace. And if you knew that you were going to do this that morning, maybe you shouldn't have came in the first place, Like they at least Walmart gave you that little grace of like, listen, contract's up. Actually, you probably shouldn't have came in that day either, to be honest with you. But they don't care. They want to get every little bit of work out of you. And
nigga, they needed me to pack them boxes back to ESPN. Nigga, I need these clips. I know I'm about to fire you. I need this clip farming. Chris, we know we're not about to rehire you. But, bro, we got 3 trucks that got to leave before 12. We about to put you on these 3 trucks before we fire you. For sure. You know what I'm saying? So what I just sent you was, it looks like Laura LaRosa is actually saying what we read, but she's giving it with her and then the other video is Ryan Clark actually handshaking, hugging the ESPN president before he got to go back home. And Fanatic Fest was just this past weekend.
Yeah.
So again, nigga, if you seen me this past weekend, let me know, my nigga. Hey, Brody. Hey, love everything you do, my nigga, but next week, don't even worry about it. Ryan can look at you like, what, really? Yeah, man, sorry, budget cuts, but we love you, Ryan. Keep up. Nah, you let my nigga clock in for 2 more days.
You know what? Apparently they're still paying him. I can't feel that bad because apparently they're still paying him. So.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
So.
I was like, this don't make no sense.
It's crazy. All of them was at Fanatics Fest this weekend. Like even Jimmy Pitaro, who runs ESPN, and
yeah, he was just on stage.
Yeah,
Ryan was interviewing Spike Lee. He was
shook Ryan's hand, hugged him.
Yeah,
crazy. Great job.
Knowing that they was getting rid of him on Monday.
And I saw people pointing to some of his takes and different things that went viral. But like when you're a personality, you want any network will want someone that people are going to like, that cuts through, that people are going to listen to. So yeah.
Well, the good thing about the world that we live in, everybody has another platform, right? So not only is Ryan going to end up getting his money from ESPN, he still has to pivot.
Yes.
What I would do, him and Channing and Fred, I would just start doing the pivot every day. Like, right now the pivot comes out, I think, once a week with a guest, right? So every day they can get on Zoom and do their sports takes and
Yes.
talk about the
And there's so
sports
much to
news
talk
of the
about.
day.
Absolutely.
And then still put out the the episode
don't
of
take our
Pick
shit,
Yes.
nigga. We
Yeah,
doing it
because
already.
the first thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, because he still has a platform. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, the first thing I went to do when I saw this news, I went to his platform and then I went to the Pivot to see if they like released anything because I know he's going to want to control his own narrative.
Of course.
Right.
He'll be able to tell his whole story on the Pivot.
Exactly.
But
So we'll be
that's
looking
what
out
I
for
would
that.
do. I would start doing at least 4 days a week of the Pivot, Monday through Thursday. They should do every day. I mean, like I said,
every day.
it's
So much sports
news
going on.
every single
Absolutely.
day.
Yeah.
And Fred and Ryan and Channing are people.
Okay. So I agree with them. Like I just said, he's still getting a check, and yeah, he's gonna land on his feet. Let's go on to the next video.
That's a great question. That's a great.
Spike Lee. Is that okay? This is it.
That's a great question.
That's
Because sports is drama.
sports.
Sports, the good guys and the bad guys, and also the individuals. Who are these people that come together, hopefully for one purpose, to win? What about we talked about in P.Got Game, as you mentioned, my brother, the corruption. Because people see money, and money in sports goes hand in hand. Some good money and some bad money. And then that goes into morality, my brother. What will you do and what you won't do for the dollar? For the dollar.
But I think what you will do and what you won't do for the dollar, right? What you will do and what you won't do for the dollar. And
that goes to our next conversation too. I just say, but you're right, and listen, I think that Ryan Clark will be fine. I think he'll be fine. But what you will do and what you won't do for the dollar, man, it's too good of a pivot to our next conversation, bro.
No pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended. But we gotta talk about Jay-Z and that Target thing one more time, because I know we talked about the Target freestyle last week briefly, but we want to show it to you all one more time. And then we'll talk about a conversation that we had, that the Joe Budden Podcast had on it. Yeah. But before we move on to that, do you have anything to say on Ryan Clark situation before we get it?
I mean, I think I kind of in some shape or forms, respect to Ryan Clark again, but I know the things, like you said, the way that it was done to Ryan Clark, the way that it looked to Ryan Clark, I think for the most part, it was sloppy on ESPN's part. Did you find out Outkick, right? Outkick got it leaked. So to get ahead of it, I don't know what you need to get ahead of. You know what I'm saying? But realistically, outside of Ryan Clark, there were other.
They are a media platform.
But what I'm saying, I'm not saying that they leaked it. Somebody, a PA can leak it, or somebody, anybody can leak that. But I think what that is not only that, they weren't preparing people, because Ryan Clark was a name. I mentioned Carl Ravers. We're talking about David Lloyd was another name. Stephanie Bell was another name. They didn't know they were fired until a reporter called them and asked whether it was true. Or again, they see it on social media and see their name. So ESPN's not even doing a courtesy. Disney's not even doing a courtesy, right? One of the biggest reasons why Dan Le Batard left ESPN, again, Dan Le Batard was paid by ESPN when he was there. His people, his producers and everything like that, I think they got partial salary of whatever can be, or Daniel's paying out of pocket for them. With that being said, one of the people who were partially on the payroll, which is Chris Cody is like a nephew to Dan. Dan grew up under the tutelage of Greg Cody, a Miami Herald journalist down there in Miami.
Dan who?
So Dan Lebatard. So when ESPN fired Chris Cody, Dan was like, you didn't tell me? You didn't tell me you were firing one of my people. Like my people. And Dan said that was it. That he could not get past that breach of trust, that breach of miscommunication, like that breach of, and with that set the tone for me to be as heartened as I am when I see these releases. And then when I know that they're releasing mad people to build the LA studio, and then a couple years into the LA studio, they got layoffs at the LA studio. What is this becoming right now? At the end of the day, we saw ABC, because ABC under of Disney, ESPN all together, they had the finals. We were noticing they were using AI images. Bitch, you got the fucking library. You got licensing with the NBA. Just have somebody go find the footage of Tony Parker. No, you got a fucking intern go give me Tony Parker for the Spurs in 2007 on the court, making an AI picture. And niggas is calling that out. So ESPN is shortcutting themselves into a situation where I don't think that they can really, and at the end of the day, all they care about is these people or these shows being vehicles for live sports. I think people need to understand that live sports and how much they're paying for rights fees is going to continue to make this happen, because again, all they care about is football. All they care about is the games from ESPN for basketball. All they care about is Stanley Cup hockey. All they care about is the live entertainment, and the vehicles that get you to there are interchangeable.
Yeah, they really are. That's where their bread is buttered. That's where they make most of the revenue. This is just Ryan Clark's not that big of a deal to them, even though he means a lot to the consumers, and we might watch him and like his content. It's not, going to hold them from hiring him. Even Stephen A. could get fired, honestly, to be real with you. And that might happen one day. But,
Stephen A. will leave before he get fired. He already let that happen to him, unless again they doing the Ryan Clark thing and fire him with years on the books. I think Stephen A. would do the Gilbert Arenas thing. He knows his contract coming out. He's gonna start growing his hair out. He's gonna start growing his facial hair out. Shout out to Gilbert too. He signed with Playmakers. He'll be under Shannon Sharp's umbrella. Really? So shout out, yeah, he that was announced. So we was trying to figure out where he was gonna go and what he would be doing. Bro, you can't stop a nigga who really own it. Oh, you can't stop a nigga who really own it, bro.
That's a great pickup, free agent pickup, bro. I thought that Gilbert was gonna build his own playmaker thing, but not picking Gilbert up and to join your conglomerate. That's a huge free agent signing, bro. So yeah, shout out to everybody getting to the bag themselves. I think we're in a creator space right now. We are in a creator space, because if you are relying on some corporation to pay your bills or to give you a heads up or to make sure that you are good in life, you are going to be fucked at some point. It seems like. I do think Stephen A. could get fired. I do. I don't think that's out of the question. He might not. Might most likely not. But yeah, we've seen crazier things happen. I'll just say that. That would be crazy though. Yeah. But
I misspoke. I don't think he owns. I don't think Shannon. Shannon might have equity in Playmaker, but it doesn't say that he's Playmakers is like his own. I guess his own media, digital sports entertainment company.
Do they have Shannon Sharp? Or
they have Shannon. Shannon's under there.
Okay, so yes, they own. They
own. So they got
Shannon under the umbrella.
They got Shannon on there. Shaq, the roommates with Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart, and now Gilbert Arenas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Playmakers then, because they got
Angel Reese, Marshawn Lynch, Paul Pierce. Okay, all right, Playmakers. Okay. Okay. Shout out to them.
So before we go move on from this topic, let's hit up the chat. Rich says bingo, that's his job. He isn't doing anything out of the realm of sports debate. That's what I said. Thank you, Rich. Appreciate you. And
What
again,
he
like
not
the
doing?
emojis. Hey,
I don't know
I
baseball.
don't watch baseball, so I don't know who that face is either. That's what I'm talking about. Who the fuck is this thing? Sorry. Respect to
But
homeboy.
what I think my biggest thing is like for me Carl was Chris Berman to me. Carl, like and Dan asks who could get fired that who moves the needle to where you're like if they fire him I'm not watching. And I think it's a world renowned name. I think it's Scott Van Pelt. I think if they let Scott Van Pelt go, that late night sports center that is so important right now that I don't know where they go with that. And again, as you say, it may not be as important as it once was because again we got YouTube and we got everything like that.
I haven't watched Sports Center unless like I'm in a hospital somewhere. I'm like, I gotta.
Why?
I
think it's very important for after Monday Night Football, it's Scott. Right after a thriller NBA game, OKC versus Minnesota, and game-winning shot by Anthony Edwards. Scott gets the interview. You know what I'm saying?
After Monday Night Football, I'm coming to the pod. We were kind of doing that for wrestling before too. After Monday Night Football, we're hopping on the pod or we're hopping on the game. We ain't waiting for no Scott breakdown, nigga. Like we ain't waiting on Scott for nothing. At least for me.
Well, we're talking about now. Like we didn't have a
back
podcast.
in the day, yeah. Back in the day.
I'm just saying, like we didn't have just last football season. Scott Van Pelt, Monday Night Football. There was nobody. Shannon. Shannon kind of was in that realm, but if I'm already on that channel. I'm already on ESPN.
You just said who can lose their job and then people stop watching and you know? You said Scott Van Pelt. I'm saying people have already stopped watching. So he's completely on the chopping block too. But to me, there's nobody that is not on the chopping block. You know, SportsCenter to me is not what it used to be. So why is he so valuable? It's just right now it's like a nostalgia act almost to a degree. Now it's it's like, oh man, you know, I feel like it's like, yeah, let me put on SportsCenter and feel like the old days. That's kind of how it feels, low key. Rich says he also thinks that the comparison of, I guess he's talking about Ryan Clark and Ryan Clark and the baseball dude. Sorry, I forgot.
Carl Ravage. Yeah.
Carl Ravage. Is apples and oranges from the sounds of it. What him and Clark did was different. I agree.
I mean, yes, I think to me that was, and I think to your point, we were then having two different discussions. But yes,
yeah, true.
Carl was a driver. Carl was a lead. Carl was a driver. Carl was a lead. He was the welcome to baseball tonight. He was the voice, right, of baseball tonight, of an ESPN baseball play-by-play game, and he was fired. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
to you, was a bigger deal.
To me, like that's what I'm saying. Like the lead guy,
voice. Like,
to me, yes. Like I said, I when I tune in, I know that voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, or when I'm tuning in, I want to hear that voice. It's almost like for basketball.
It's comforting, you know. Like
Rich would not watch a basketball game with Reggie Miller calling the game.
Mm-hmm. Like
Rich would not listen to a game without Chris Webber calling the game. Yeah, no, them niggas calling the game. I do not want. He would rather listen to it with Moose's humming than those guys, them guys calling this shit.
All right, bet. Yeah. So yeah, I hear what you're saying. I know he got fired, so show respect to him as well. But man, have some tact, ESPN. That's all I'm trying to say.
They'll have no tact. And I think that was my Cam Newton's point too. Even though you're going to conduct yourself outside of ESPN, Cam, and I know you got your brand, Cam, and I know it's Funky Fridays, Cam, bro, you got to have some tact in what you're doing. And Stephen A. called him out like, yo, I don't mind you talking to Jason Whitlock. You didn't have any tact doing that. You know, so that tact is a big thing.
But let Cam do whatever the fuck he wants, as long as he's not breaking any laws, as long as he ain't, you know, doing anything wrong, like legally or make, you know. let him do whatever he wants off air. Like, you know, it's a conversation. That's the whole point of that show for him. Like, I don't like the sentiment that, what you do on your other platforms means that we can fire you for that. And I don't think that's why you got fired. Let's put that out there.
Well, yes, but I think
the
plays
thought process
a part,
that he has
though.
to play to a certain type of way because now he's with ESPN when they can fire him regardless, like they do with Ryan Clark. Is
Was
crazy
that
to
not
me.
was that not misogynistic? Yes or no? I just want to, because I got the clip. If you want,
That
I know we
lose
like
their value.
Yes, was
Yes,
that misogynistic?
Yes, I do think it is misogynistic.
Okay. So with Disney,
He didn't say it on their air. Disney. People watching your show, some of them have no idea his show exists on YouTube. That is not the same audience. You know, it's not the same audience. So I just
that's tough.
I don't think that's why he got fired, and I don't think I think.
No, I don't think that's why. I think
he should do whatever he wants, even if he does say that. That's the whole purpose of that conversation is for him to just talk himself and be Funky Fridays, be himself and talk to people and find out, you know, and to have deeper conversations. You know, like me, I don't really want to even censor us. You know, if we get a deal or something like that, I want people to sign on it. But if you get Cam, you get Cam. You get Cam for who he is. As long as he's not doing something illegal, let him talk how he wants on his platform. Then we have the debate on there. Is it misogynistic? Is it not? It doesn't mean you fire him. You know?
No,
it was a conversation.
That's respectful, but I think I'll leave this with this. We got a comment. We got a comment, a real valuable comment, and what they spoke about for me was tact, right? And because I understand what you're saying, what I'm saying is that even though I don't think it's that far off that their audiences cross pollinate, right? I do believe
I'm not saying that it wouldn't. I'm saying that
the outside stuff, though, the outside internet stuff gets way more traction and makes way more noise than First Take stuff. Just like why Shannon Sharp. Now Shannon ain't do nothing wrong. He ain't beat nobody. He ain't do nothing. He had the accusation, and if ESPN wanted to let the just do happen, nothing transpired. They could have kept your man on, right?
But that's a little bit different. That's a legal court case. He was getting accusations put on him. At that point, do I think that you should wait till everything's clean and then make a decision? Maybe, but when you have evidence of them talking and him telling this girl like that, like that's when it gets kind of crazy, and it's kind of like, okay, we don't want to align ourselves with that brand because of this. It's getting too crazy.
But we spoke about this with Jamel Hill though, right? When Jamel had her show, when we covered that a little bit when we had a couple weeks ago, before social media became social media, and they implemented that stuff into their contract now. Because Jamel Hill's social media wasn't Jamel Hill ESPN, it was Jamel Hill, right? It was her own social media, it was her own thoughts, her own things. And when she puts out that Donald Trump is a white supremacist on her own thing, ESPN was like, hey man, can you please not on your own stuff, right? So they've already set the groundwork for the company that your own stuff isn't really your own stuff while you're under contract.
But my whole thing is, why do you bring up the misogynist comment for Cam now if they are not doing it? Like, why do you put the two together?
You say, why do I put the two together?
Yeah.
I mean, when we came off and I said some people has been on the run, Cam since the end of football season. Now, Cam was really great fodder for football. He wasn't on ESPN when he created that content. He was on his own, which is why I believe ESPN was like, well, fuck it. If them niggas gonna keep bringing this nigga face from his shit on, we gotta credit him. We might as well bring him on. Okay. He was only good for that top 10 quarterback debate. Clearly, they're still doing that right now. Guess who they don't have to use? Cam Newton.
They're gonna do it every year. I mean,
and that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, Cam trying to chase that. He just did a video. I watched it. He just tried to follow it. He just tried to chase it. You know what I'm saying? Like but it wasn't as poignant. It wasn't as fresh. it wasn't as plain, it wasn't as fresh. It felt microwaved, right? So it felt like the fastball that they thought that they was receiving somebody that was going to give really good take, somebody that was going to be a hot take machine. It didn't translate over that.
There's limits to that ecosystem too. There's a certain type of. I know that when going into work there, it's like, all right, how much can I say, or what angle am I taking today? I do think they're giving a script, giving note, not a script per se, but like giving notes, like this is what you're gonna say, or to like a degree. I think we've gotten confirmation that you got to take a certain angle. It's not like Cam can go on there and just say whatever the fuck he wants. So let's keep it real, you know. So this is his first take after all. We all know how Max got left off the air, got kicked off because he was saying whatever the hell he wanted at some point and making, you know, Stephen A. look a certain way. And he even said it. He said, listen, there's certain times you got to take the opposite side, you know. So I don't think that's an environment for everybody, honestly. But nonetheless, I
think Eclectic probably got him out the way too. Outside of the misogyny, Eclectic probably got that nigga booted.
Speaking of the quarterback thing, before we move on to the next topic, is Josh Allen the best quarterback in the league too?
Rich, bring your ass
No.
chat,
I didn't say
boy.
Rich. I didn't say Rich. I said you.
Bring your
Rich, I
ass
don't
to
even
the
want to
chat,
hear what Rich
boy.
has to say right now. For this conversation, Rich, you can mute up. You can want to type up or you don't type. Whatever it is. Chris, is Josh Allen the best quarterback in the league right now? Is he number one?
First and foremost, I will answer your question by saying this first. Lamar Jackson is not number 69 in NFL.
69? That's what he said? That's where they have him?
That's the number 69 player in the NFL. I believe that's where they have
the player, not like
player, not quarterback,
okay.
but player. Yeah.
Okay.
Lamar's still
we're
top.
not even 69 quarterbacks in the league. Like,
yeah.
But no, player, I gotta see the list. I don't think he is either. But that's not answering the question. Go ahead.
I know, but as far as the best quarterback in the league right now, coming into this season, I might have to take Patty Mahomes.
Okay.
Still. Okay. And the only reason why I'm saying that is, I really want to say yes to Josh, and because for these are my reasons. He without a shadow of a doubt, the stats prove it. He's only second to Mahomes in a lot of stats, realistically. He's second to rushing touchdowns, only to Jalen Hurts with 61. I think Jalen has 63.
He's more than Lamar?
Huh?
He's more than Lamar? Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Josh statistically, durability, his body frame, he's not coming off an injury like Patty is, or like Lamar has, or he's not stationary like Matthew Stafford. He's not one-dimensional like Jared Goff. Like, Josh has a lot of things in his favor other than the fact that he has, and I know it's not all his fault, but that's where it falls on. It falls on the quarterback.
Josh Allen's up there, but he ain't number one. That's all I'm gonna say.
Number one. It's Pat. It's Pat. I think Pat. And for sure, you got Pat coming in. You got Pat coming in next year with niggas saying that he not number one.
All right.
Oh, nigga. You put a chip on his shoulder?
Rich, you kept it real. Rich, you kept it real. Guy, he said you can't mute up. I was surprised to see Josh at number one LMAO. I don't think he is. I understand he was ahead of Pat because of Pat's injury last year. Okay. That's fair. And if that's what they're adding in is the injury and all that stuff, I hear them. Cool. I get where they're coming from, like with all encompassing, but Pat's still that guy. Like, so if the injury takes him down, like, then where do you put Pat? Like, you know, something that's where I'm going. Like, are you gonna put him third, fourth, or is it just Josh? Josh is the exclusion.
Honestly, bro, Josh Allen has the world of white America on his shoulders. Boy, they want that white boy. They want that white boy to win so bad. Boy,
but they got Sam. They got Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold did his thing.
No, bro. They put him over because Patty was the greatest to Tom Brady until Josh. Oh, maybe Josh can do it. Joe Burrow goes to the Super Bowl. Joe cool. No, Josh can. Nigga, Josh leaps everybody, bro. He leaps everybody. Like right. and realistically, he is a white Cam Newton. He's a white, cleaned up, humble.
I wonder what Cam will say to that.
Queen City, Cam Newton. That's what Josh is, man.
All right. Let's move on to the next time. Listen, we saw the clip. What are you gonna do for cash with Spike Lee? Well, real quick, Rich said we have to win to be number one. I'm sorry, I'll have him to 3 though. Okay, who's number 2? If you got him to 3, I'm curious. Is it Sam?
Stafford.
Sam.
Why the fuck you keep putting Sam Darnold in here?
He won. I'm just saying he won. I'm just saying he got to move up.
You do not, bro. You don't claim him as a Jets quarterback.
He had a Super Bowl. I didn't say nothing about Jets. I just said Sam.
So why you keep putting Sam?
He won a Super Bowl.
Sam not top 10, bro.
Wow, the Super Bowl don't help him at all because he was top 10 like last year. To me,
well, bro. Sam
has had like 2 really good years back to back. Minnesota, then Seattle. Like he's been one of the top quarterbacks in the league.
I respect that, and so was Jalen Hurts. The niggas didn't have him top 10 either. So I think I can stand where I stand. You know,
who's better, Jalen Hurts or Sam?
Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Oh, me.
I have to think. I really know because Sam is
that is the offer. That's a nigga. Nigga, Jalen Hurts is nigga. What?
All right, because we're gonna go long into today, man. I don't want to keep you. I know we're going.
No, we're not. We in good spirits. We good. We here.
All right, cool.
No issues. We here. We live. We clear. Right. I ain't even twitching today. No paintings.
Word up, man. No kids on the lap yet.
Yeah.
All right. So so we had a clip we want to get to on the Joe Budden Podcast. Isham and Marc Lamont had a little debate on Jay-Z's Target Freestyle. First, let's check out the Target Freestyle, and then me and Chris are going to give our takes one more time so y'all are refreshed on it. And then we're going to tap into the Isham Marc Lamont Hill conversation.
They say I sold out. Yeah, I did sell out. 3 nights, I sold Yankee Stadium the hell out. I'm a target. You aim, don't miss that target. No exclusive, they only doing what Apple and Walmart did. You shopping at Amazon or you boycott? You posted on Instagram, that's Meta, boy, stop it. Y'all know Google owns YouTube. You picking and choosing and politicking as usual. They digging deep with narratives, it's embarrassing. They run out of characters, had to bring back up Cap again. A buddy took a check, I ain't even mad at him. But along with that check, got a sign of non-disparagement. I'm the one they can't control. Y'all better be glad as him.
Really?
Yeah. I'm the one they can't control. You better be glad as him. $500 million back in the community. That's just good math for him. I don't listen to Twitter activists. They type and I laugh at them. There's really no comparison. Y'all check my stats again. I'm bringing folks home to their family. Laws get passed because him. You can like it or not. He don't do no ass kissing. Ex-drug dealer. You might not like the packaging, but my presence is the president. My gift is rapping. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. All right, his gift is rapping. Listen, we talked about this last week. My takes was there's a whole lot of whataboutism. A whole lot of whataboutism. What about the Meta and this and that and the fourth? He did not address the reason why this boycott, and I feel like he pulls one over a lot of times on the black community. I think he did it with We Ain't Kneeling. It's more past kneeling, and I think he's doing it again, where the black community stands for something, and he raps to them, or he says something, and we eat it up, and we say, yeah, everything's cool. So like me with this Target boycott, I feel like, you know, he's completely jumping over the reason why there's a boycott. You know, when they take off when they're the first company to like take off DEI and you know limit the people who are actually they're those policies, so you can't hire and get a job as a minority or a woman or whatever. It's and especially for black people, it's going to be different now. There's no really incentive for them to hire black people at Target right now. So we say, you know what, we're going to use our dollars and put our money where our mouth is, and we're not going to shop there, right? What does he do? He's an opportunist as usual. He sees the black people have used their money and wisely and band together, and we're using our equity as a people. We're not in his class, so we just can't make business deals and say, you know what, we're not going to work with you. But guess what? He can. He can also join on that boycott, but what he chooses to do usually is to work with the people that black people are boycotting against, because it's an opportunity for him to make a deal. And that's why I sold the NFL. That's what I'm seeing here with the Target boycott. And now he's saying, well, you're picking and choosing. Well, that's not what we're talking about. So before we go on, you want to say anything? Because I want to go to the next clip, but go to
the clip. I'm fucking around with Rich in the chat. I have put my top 10 quarterbacks in there, but yeah, go.
Y'all still on the quarterback?
I just had to put my name on it. Let's make sure he know that we ain't together on this list. You know what I'm saying? But no, go with the next clip, because this clip I sent to you, and I sent this to you because I thought this was a very interesting conversation. And again, this is us probably having two different conversations in one, but they will be in one. So yeah, we're gonna have to let the clip run, and then we'll let people know where we both stand and where we came from that clip, because we got another one where we're gonna be differentiation on. You know what I'm saying? So I can't.
It's one of them days. It's one of them days, man. Let's go.
We back in our 655 days, nigga. I'm about to take my shirt off, nigga. My shirt sweating. I'm off that all, nigga. I'm off that all.
All right, guys, people. This is Joe Budden Podcast. Check out the Ish and Marc Lamont Hill banter here. It's priceless. I just want to say real quick, I'm going to have to pause this a little bit because I do got some takes. He said, you don't know what Jay is doing. We do know what Jay's doing. He's partnering with Target. That's what he's doing to make an exclusive Reasonable Doubt, special edition release of it. I think of vinyls, What do you mean you don't know what Jay's doing? I'm going to ask you a quick question. Real talk. If you're helping black people in one place, but in this place you're harming a black movement, does it equal out to you? Or is like, bro, we can call a spade a spade?
We're talking to a nigga who's a drug dealer and gave back turkeys, right? So and a capitalistic mind of a person who's been that way and has told you he's been this way from the beginning. Huh? I'm going to take and harm and kill and rob and steal.
Opportunists for my benefit. No matter
absolutely.
What.
Yeah. And niggas want to say, oh, Reasonable Doubt is the greatest. Nigga, he's telling you who the fuck he is through Reasonable Doubt. Blueprint, he's telling you what he is. Volume 1, he's telling you who he is. So as we see him grow and elevate, he's a corner boy with a corner office. Do you think a fucking snake sheds his skin not to grow new skin?
Oh, bars. I feel you on that. Man. My thing is, though, because he's a snake, we can call him a snake. I don't want to sit here and talk to people and say, well, we don't know what else he's doing. Like this guy.
I'm not saying you, but I think to that when people now here he is. When we call him a snake, niggas is like, yo, that's one of the most exotic snakes we ever seen in the world, bro. That steak worth about anybody who had it. Like when we start, you never, because you got snake lovers, bro.
Yeah,
you got my wife and my mother-in-law. Swear to God, bro, you can't bring a motherfucking
Toy snake.
A USB that look like a snake, my nigga. That USB got to be 6 feet, motherfucker. Like you got, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't play with snakes with some people, and then you got other people that's like, yo, I'm that python, that cobra. You know what I'm saying? And they don't even want them defanged. They want them with the venom. You see what I'm saying? Like they want a poisonous snake.
Some people do. Some people do, yeah.
You know? So yeah, man. Yeah, I think you got niggas that are really blinded, you know, by the colors of the peacock. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing how dangerous it is. We don't even got to go to a 2-shot. They do that based off of who the man dates. So I know it's not that I hear you. That's different, but to the point of what you do to the black community, the black nucleus family, a black man with a black, like all that black shit come right in that. You know what I'm saying? So
you think it's okay do you think that? I know that Umar take is like you can't be pro-black and marry a white woman. Do you agree?
Correct.
Do you agree with that?
No.
I don't either. So I hear. So me, I hear ish on that point, but my point is this: that's you when you're dating. But when you see a black community come together for one thing, and you go completely opposite to that, don't give no explanation, and then say, yo, y'all black people are picking and choosing. Y'all still use Meta and Facebook and Twitter and X and all that stuff, you know, and Google. Nigga, what? That's what he's missing, and he's kind of glossing over that. Yeah, you are not Jay-Z for one, too. But secondly, this is not the same conversation. Like you and you date.
Yeah, yes and no, because me and you have had the real intellectual conversation about the contradiction of what we do, how we do it, where it's dispersed from, who gets our money. Like we do that, right? So with that being said, we know not only specifically to the black community, you know, Meta, data centers, water drinking for humanity. Like we talk on a not you know, no disrespect to our people, but we talk beyond that. We talk massive globally, right? Yeah. With you know what I mean? So and with that being said, there's a real contradiction in how we conduct ourselves business wise, right? The growth of what we're trying to be. Go ahead.
If all black people say, yo, we are boycotting Twitch, I'm on that shit. If you see a movement happening, are you a picket line crosser? Jay-Z's a picket line crosser. If black people said tomorrow, yo, we're not going to work, I'm on that shit.
Are we? And I think I might be Memphis Blake on this. I might be Ish on this. I might be Ice on this. Mm-hmm. Is he the first picket liner, or is he the biggest one?
He's the most obvious right now, and trust me, we'll call out. We called out Tabitha, whoever was it last year when she went to Target.
Tabitha Brown. It was Tabitha Brown.
She got called out too when she went to Target. So whoever.
Well, her shit was in Target. Her shit was in hers. But okay, so that's the thing, right? Okay, so this is what I'm trying to speak to. It's
unfortunate because we started the boycott while her shit was there. But
I know, but that's the only way that she can eat unless she do direct to commerce, and that's not how she operates. So now, because
I'm just saying, people are going to talk about it. Figure it out. You can figure it out how you want to figure it out. Black people are now saying, "Hey, we're going to boycott Target because of their DEI policies." This is what we're doing now. If you want to keep doing business with them, you have the opportunity to do that. Even Jay-Z, even Tabitha Brown. My thing is, don't come here, don't explain nothing and why. And you don't have to explain nothing, but don't come here and give us a piss on us and tell us it's raining. Oh, well, y'all picking and choosing. Oh, you're talking about Kaepernick. Oh, y'all still use Google and Meta. Nigga, what? That has nothing to do with the conversation. What do you think about DEI? I want to know what Jay-Z thinks about the DEI policies being rolled back. So people that he was in his community can't get jobs in certain places like Target and thus forth. What is your opinion on that? I get it. You bring niggas home from jail. Cool.
But I don't, to like Ice the point, I don't know what he had, like the orchestration. We talked about the Rock Nation and the NFL thing. We had to look that up and see what now, to your point, there's things that were implemented before he got there that here we are. We're saying that he's the biggest person, but he's the biggest person. He's bringing light to it. So he gets the flip. He gets both sides of the coin with that.
We saw what it was. He joined in on things they were already doing, and the majority of his involvement is music. Majority of his involvement is with the music stuff. Not saying he doesn't work with the incarceration stuff too, that they were already doing that, the criminal justice stuff. But he was involved primarily, what they said, it was with the music stuff, with the Super Bowl and different, the Christmas show and all that stuff. That's his role.
And the criminal reform, which is what I think I think that's what. So I don't want to give him more credit than what he's doing, and I don't want to argue on his behalf. But I do want to say that, and that's why I think now we're conflating the two, a lot of things, right? Because Colin Kaepernick was talking about police brutality. Jay-Z came and co-opted that conversation, and the main thing we started talking about was criminal reform. The criminal reform and police brutality, to my point, ain't the same thing. So go ahead, yeah,
it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. That's exactly what I'm trying to get to you to.
Yeah,
DEI is not the same thing as criminal reform. So just because you do criminal reform, I'm bringing niggas home from jail. This is not the epitome of the black experience, guys. And he just perpetuates that and saying, I'm a former drug dealer, you don't like the packaging. We get it. Embrace your history. But we're talking about DEI and people not being able to get jobs. And they go like, what are you talking about? And you're okay, and you're in your mind, you're so detached from that. You have the luxury of not caring about that and doing business with Target anyways. That's what we're saying. And granted, you don't have to explain nothing, but what I don't like is the rap that he did to then just say, y'all picking and choosing. No, nigga, we know what the fuck we're talking about here. We can't take a moral stance on everything and then we talk about your shit. No, we can talk about your shit too.
Well, yes and no. To me, hold on. I would say. Hold on. The reason why I say that is because we do talk about that stuff. We go from out in, so we do that. So I'm not. And to Jay's point, I know Jay's probably not directly talking to us because again, we talk out in. We talk Meta. We talk Google. We talk YouTube. So he is talking to niggas like Ish. He is talking to niggas like Ice. He's talking to niggas like Imani.
But that's fine. If he did it, not to deflect. That's what he's doing right here. We can continue with the video, but
okay, go ahead. Yeah. Listen, most speaking to the most public, when Jay-Z's talking about the most public, most people don't know about Meta. Most people don't know about Google. Most people don't know about YouTube. Most people don't know about Facebook. So most people don't know that when they read AI mode off of Google, that they have to cite their source, because we're also talking about a bunch of people who are fucking illiterate.
Yo, man, the degradation of society, bro. Listen, this is the whole reason why me and you have a receipt room. Or we bring up the actual receipts from the actual websites, and yeah, we use AI, but we also find the sources from that it sources from, and I give you the where websites of the real places that we talk about it. But I hear both sides of the conversation because I think they're kind of missing each other. I get that he's like, listen, I looked it up. This is what it says.
But Ish, I feel Ish. I say I don't want to talk about it because I know we're gonna argue. Because
you're gonna say it's bullshit because of the source.
You're muted, by the way. I can hear you.
Oh shit!
Can you hear me? Knock the wire loose or something.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me,
Discord.
bro?
I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
I can hear you now. I can hear you now. It was just in that little pop.
Okay.
But yeah, man. It said if I get into where I get my information from, we're gonna make the conversation about that.
Yeah, because
as soon as he put it out, he made the conversation about that.
Yeah, exactly.
And to Mark's point, I think Mark's a little off. Like where he says most people do not. Mark be up there acting like he has all the info in America and everybody else is just slow. Respect to you, J Rock.
What's up, J Rock?
Respect. Hey, J Rock, appreciate you pulling up, man.
Yo, I feel like listen, here's what I'll say.
Yeah,
this,
man.
Mark,
Mark,
I'm happy Mark is on the show.
I'm happy, high, man.
But I'm happy he's on the show though. Does he weaponize his intelligence? Absolutely. But he's right about the Jay-Z shit, about the boycott. And nobody else on that podcast was giving that take. Nobody else but him was saying, hey, listen, man, you are going against the black community if you do business with them. And they're all glazing Jay-Z. So yeah, Mark is a little bit, arrogant or whatever you want to say, but I do think that he's right in the end of it all. And I also see where it's just coming from a guy who doesn't know. Hey, let me look it up and see what they says. Oh, it says it's over, and he's like gonna say, oh no, it isn't. The real people said it's not. All right, cool. I mean, I'll talk about it. Move on.
You're going in and out again. You're going in and out. Okay.
Hear me? Can you hear me?
Nah, yeah, it's like you might have a short. It's like
I got short.
Yeah, it's like you might have a short in your cord a little bit. Yeah, because you're going in and out. Nope, didn't hear that. I saw your mouth moving. Didn't hear it.
Okay, yeah, I gotta get a new mic, new wire for this mic. It'd be acting up. But basically, can you hear me?
Again. Went out again. Yep. Went out.
You still can't hear me.
I can't hear you. I mouth moving, doing the shaking. I can't hear you right now.
It's crazy because it's peaking in OBS. I don't know why.
So when my man gets his bikes together, okay, I don't know why I heard that part. That's the only thing I heard.
Which part did you hear?
I don't know why. Salute to y'all. Keep going. Appreciate y'all. Target is a quiet boycott because I still see black people in there, and I don't see any protests outside of any Walmarts. It's selective outrage. Don't y'all agree? So that was a question from J Rock.
Thank you, J Rock. Appreciate you.
Right now on YouTube.
So here's the thing about
you might need to switch your headset if possible.
Okay.
Get up off that Yeti. Now, you said you sound fine on YouTube. You said you sound fine, Rich.
Okay, I think Rich hears me. It might be a Discord thing. I don't know, because it's peaking right here. Okay. I see my levels.
Okay, you're right. I got you. I got you on YouTube. I can hear you.
Okay.
So it might be a Discord thing. You're right.
So J Rock, yeah, thank you for joining us. Target is quiet boycott because you still see black people in there. Honestly, you're right. It is a quiet boycott. There are black people that are going there, but I do think that a boycott is different than a protest. A protest, you don't need to be outside picketing. A boycott, just don't fucking go there. And I tell you right now, I haven't gone to personally. I haven't gone to Target since they were like the first people. And I've told everybody I know, listen, let's not really shop there. But if you go on and you go online, it says it has the boycott worked to some degree. Yeah, it has impacted them. So I can go ahead and find some sources now to tell you.
Yes, it has. It has.
Even though it's not every single black person, I do know that it has impacted Target's sales to some degree. Selective outrage. I want to ask you something when it comes to selective outrage. Who cares if it's selective? If something outrages you, why can't you just speak on that and say, this is what I care about? And if it's selective outrage, then why do you think it's selective outrage? Why do you think people are outraged? Because typically people are outraged for a reason, and it's not like I'm picking because I just don't like Jay-Z. No, I'm picking because we all agree, well, most of us, so we're not going to Target. It's affected their bottom line. Now you're working with them. So to some degree, I hear where people are coming from. Oh, he's picking and choosing. Yeah, people are going to pick and choose. People are going to pick and choose. We can go to the Jim Hill clip. She kind of put it perfectly. Yeah, people are going to say, hey, listen, right now they are killing people in the streets. They're locking up immigrants. We gotta abolish ICE, right? That's a real issue. Right now, ALS is coming back up in the conversation because of Chris Johnson. We weren't talking about ALS last year, but Chris Johnson now has ALS, and we're talking about it again because it's a real issue. It's always been an issue, and now we're like more active now because we've seen somebody we love and care about, a former player, former legend, and Chris Johnson now suffering from ALS. Yeah, it's selective outrage, and we're gonna now donate now because it's back in our mind. I don't think there's a problem with having outrage about something. I think that's a term just used to gloss over the issues, and a lot of people are using it in the conservative spaces to quell black movements. To be honest with you,
well, I think one of the things that the nationwide boycott of Target. Here I am. I'm ish. Right. The nationwide boycott of Target began in January 2025 after the retailer unexpectedly rolled back its diversity, equity, and inclusion initiative. Right. And critics viewed the decision as an immediate attempt by Target to fall in line with new political administration anti-DEI stance. Okay, so we identify with that. Right. Now, we've had the real conversation. I want to keep it a buck with you. We asked, what would be the number for us as Black Americans or Black people to where we can say, all right, even playing field, whatever the case may be? Because what I'm looking at here is that, again, following the murder of George Floyd in 2020, Minneapolis headquarters Target made prominent public commitments to Black consumers, including a pledge to invest $2 billion in Black-owned businesses. Right? $2 billion is a lot of money from Target. Yes, from Target. Okay. Yes.
How did that turn out?
Right. Well, again, so that's again at 5 years later after another administration. Again, we don't know if it's continued. We don't know if the $2 billion all the way went through.
We don't know if it's the same CEO. It might be CFO changes in the organization. People might have been like, all right, it's a trendy thing to be about, social causes, and then. But now we got Trump in office again. Oh, the winds are changing. Yeah, let's take out DEI completely. And it's not just to help Black people. It's to help disenfranchised communities all together. And listen, I'm be honest with you, Black people are the most progressive people in America, period. Even if you don't think you are, you probably are. If you really go down and you say, listen, should women be able to get a job? Yes, you're probably more progressive. And the fact that we have to completely remove these avenues to have equal hiring practices is absurd. So I think any company doing this DEI rollback and getting pressure from the administration should be kind of boycotted. But I completely get it. Like, if you're picking and choosing and all that stuff and making them the scapegoat, it can get murky. But when you work with Target, Jay-Z, let's not act like you ain't going against what Black people are doing and trying to accomplish. You did it with the NFL. You're doing it again with Target. I don't think that it's like you can do it. Don't get me wrong. You have free will. Do what you want. You don't even got to explain it. If he didn't put that rap out there and said and kind of like deflect from the conversation, I wouldn't have a problem with him. Like, yo, you're a capitalist. Move the way you want to move. I don't fuck with it, but move the way you want to move. But yeah, we'll see how he said what he had to say. Man Bleak came out and said he don't got to play nothing. You get what timing they're on, So, but when we come on to here,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was going to pivot to the AI conversation because Marc Lamont Hill was talking to. This is another deal. When you're talking to your boy and he has to go to AI for a source, how with AI being more prevalent, is AI controlling the way we look at the world now? Is it controlling the way we now dissect information and argue on what's true? And I do think that we have to do more due diligence now more than ever to go and find the actual sources we're talking about. And like that's why we have our receipt room, which will be tomorrow. But I know you want to talk about that real quick.
Yes, to that particular question, you know, I do believe that AI has shortened the length of time someone will go to see if that is true or not, right? And realistically, I do believe that has to be something that gets reined in on. But I do want to J Rock's point, right? So he's left a couple comments. He says, I respect that, and where you come from, I say selective because if someone else of the culture who people favor and hold to a certain standard were to do business with them, then people will come up with all types of excuses to support them. So it's selective politicking, but I see both sides to a degree. So what I wanted to speak on that was that's true, right? Because
we just talked about Tabitha Brown, and people were mad at her.
We were talking about Tabitha Brown, but we are on YouTube. We use Google, and we had a real, again, stance on how we viewed that company. Do we want to use that company? How that company is now being perceived in public perception, and what they're actually doing, like the laws, the things I be against, right? We're talking about DEI and everything like that. Nigga, YouTube and Google at the top of the list, right? Meta, top of the list. Twitter, top of the list.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know, we legitimately, but one thing I would say is that, again, I worked at I worked at Walmart. Once you learn what Walmart is doing, once you learn the business of Walmart, once you learn the inequities of Walmart gives to their workers as well, like once you learn the business practices of Walmart, once you learn the business practices of Amazon, one of our very first episodes, our biggest clip to date right now on TikTok is us discussing a 73-year-old woman who still has to work at Amazon to pay bills, and she's underpaid. While this nigga get to make $26 billion in a week. You know what I mean? So now when we're like, okay, we're boycotting Amazon, we're boycotting Walmart, we're boycotting Target, you are now asking the masses to be on one accord and be like, okay, well, where are we shopping at? You know what I'm saying? And I think that is getting crazy. That's difficult. I think that speaks to Jay-Z's point too.
That's where that's where the selective outrage comes from. But I do think he's doing it. He's an opportunist. Like he's using that.
Oh yeah. He's an opportunist. Absolutely.
I think that it's okay to say, listen, I don't care about that. The boycott. You know, don't just say, well, you guys are not boycotting all Meta. Like, yeah, we're not. We're talking about Target, dude. Like, you know, like we start there. Let's start there. Well, let's start with something. If we can do it for one company, maybe we can move on to the next. Like you know, I feel like we have to.
And Target felt it. Target felt it. We had a 40-day. We had a 40-day fast for people. Did it for Lent. Shout out to Black people. You know, we can get together for Lent. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you can always tell Lent coming around because you can go to like motherfucking Wendy's and they like selling the fish sandwich again. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay. You go to Zaxby's and now they got the goddamn shrimp on the scale. You're like, oh, okay, Lent coming around. You know, so you can always tell when niggas know that they about to give up meat, but they need to make some money.
Did they take the shrimp out of Popeyes? Because over here, the Popeyes don't sell no shrimp anymore. I'm like, what the hell?
Wait for Lent. You'll tell. You'll tell. You'll know. You'll know. You'll know, nigga. Because niggas give up meat for Lent. You know what I'm saying? Niggas give up poultry. Niggas give up meat for Lent. So they eat seafood. You know what I mean? So people get the shrimp. But back to the AI portion of it. Like, again, niggas will read what fish to eat. Right? AI mode would tell them. What else would you do to read to know what fish to eat? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, you know, like I think that like when we're going to start thinking about what food to eat, food, you know what I mean? Go ahead.
No, if I was Ish, because typically when you search things, AI gives you a link.
They do give you a link. On me.
Yeah. So
yes, they give you a link.
click on that link. It takes you to another website and say this is the specific source, Mark.
Even when you hover over it, it give you a few links.
A few links, right? That were
they give you a few links.
So you might be able to pull it from. Okay, these are the links I'm going from. And hey, take your time, Ish. Don't rush. Go through each one. Research it. Like, hey, listen, go on to the next person. I want to come back to this because I still got some links here. I want to go through myself and get back to where it came from. Because at the end of the day, what's really important is the information. Your argument on AI and who got the source and who's right and who's wrong is not really important. What's really
it's not important. What's important is the information that you're now disseminating as your fact and towards the argument that you're trying to make a case for. So when he's saying that it's a fact that people are saying that I ain't gonna hold you. In my household, I can't tell my bitch not to go to Target. Target is 35 minutes away. The motherfucker goes there just for lotion, bro.
Where there's no lotion closer? Yo. Come on, Ivy. You gotta support the cause. There's some lotion at Publix. Come on.
But it's the lotion for the baby.
As usual.
It's the eczema lotion for the baby.
Okay, all right. No, you gotta do what you gotta do.
But that's what I'm saying. So
CVS?
now, like, you know, no, they tax though.
They tax.
So now so like you got Target sell the same
too, right?
Target sell a little jar for like $16, but you go to Walmart, they sell it to you for for $27.
Oh God, yeah.
So you know, I'm like, for me now, here I am. I'm supporting the cause. I'm still with you. I'm like, baby, that $11 is in gas, bitch. Like,
yeah,
it's 35 minutes there, 35 minutes back. You know your ass just can't go to Target just for the lotion. So now you in Target perusing, breaking the picking line, and so even my household. I can't even.
It's tough. It's tough. They make it so hard. Like, but here's the thing. I think these conversations are necessary. Even with Jay-Z. Jay-Z should talk about these things, you know. And Marc Lamont Hill and Ish, I applaud them for having the conversation on air, so we can now be inspired to talk about it. Because the more and more people are aware that these companies are controlling your lives, the more and more we can then make choices on our everyday to hopefully wake up and say, listen, you got a power. You may not think you got power, but you do. And if you are collectively having power to change the course of how these companies have their business practice, how they do their hiring practices, how they do their data, retrieval practices, you can make things shake and move. But I don't like people like ICE who are just so complacent. Like, yeah, so what? I'm a hypocrite, and I'm just gonna keep doing what I want. At some point, you gotta take a stand for something, right?
I mean, well, yes, but I appreciate ICE because, for one, for one, there is a man who's gonna be like, that is me. I wake up, I use Facebook every day. That's how I talk to my moms. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on Twitter every day. That's how I support Elon Musk. Like, niggas, like, he's going to straight up and like, there's going to be a hypocrisy within me. So you have to take that with me as you hear my opinion. So okay. I respect that with ICE. I respect that with ICE. Because you got niggas like Ish who won't stand on stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got niggas like Flip who, you know what I'm saying? Now, he might, on me. Flip be flipping.
He says he's a hypocrite too. Like,
so again, so I respect that because he's like, I ain't gonna talk about Nicki, I ain't gonna talk about 50, I ain't gonna talk. So I'm like, respect.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I really like Flip. I just feel like I know he's ignorant, but I like Flip. But yeah, man, J-Rock, thanks for the comment. I'm not sure if you're still here in the chat, but respect you, man.
Yeah, he said Hove mentioned Meta and Google and all those others because they are things that affect your everyday life. And you're right. You know what I'm saying? They do. Honestly, they do. I can't get off of Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. But I know we're running late because we got here late. I want to get to the next topic real quick.
Let's get to this. This is if y'all still here, this is the main event. This is the main event. All right.
I might have to go take a piss, man. But I'm gonna put on the video first, bro.
Go ahead. Hey,
so there's a couple.
This conversation is perfect between me and my brother. This is from Godfreys 054 podcast 154 054 154 154 okay,
Yeah.
154
And we're on
podcast.
episode 054. So it's apropos. You
Come
know,
on. You know what I'm
so
saying?
it was meant to happen. But here's a conversation that we want to have. At least I want to have with my brother, because I'm Nigerian American. My parents were immigrants. They came here, and he is a foundational Black American descendant of and honestly talk about his lineage. There's some real ones, bro, for real. And I want to have this conversation because I think it's very important to see, for the Black community to see that Africans and Black Americans more alike than you've seen, for one, and we can work together, period. But some people don't seem to see that. And listen, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to JuJu Almighty, or Ju. I watch his content on a regular. I do. And he's a very wise guy, very smart, very educated. He brings a lot of great takes to a lot of controversial or topics that affect our community, affect Black people in general. So I want to first say that disclaimer first. However, for real, I'm a real fan. Like, Ju, if you're listening to here, I am a real subscriber. I also subscribe to your second channel, which you just made not too long ago, like a couple months ago. So I'm one of the early subscribers to that. So I know what you're doing, and I see you moving, and I fuck with you. I comment, and I do all that shit. So I'm a real fan of what you're doing. But me, as a Nigerian American, I see your takes on the 154 podcast, and I just want to discuss that because I think everything is a conversation. And I think this conversation between the Africans in America and the foundational Black Americans tends to cause more of a divide than it does bring us together. And I want to just discuss that further here today. So he made a video on the 154 podcast. That is Godfrey's podcast. He does with Baja Bilamila. Is that his name?
Believe so.
Akbar Baja Bilamila. Yeah, he was a former NFL cornerback.
Yeah, Baja, yeah. He was nice. He was decent too.
So they're both Nigerian Americans, second generation, just like me, or first generation Americans, but the parents came up. Yeah, second generation Nigerian Americans, and they have a show called 154 where they talk to all people from different countries of the 54 continents in Africa, and they do discuss conversations because there's a lot of people that come on that are also Americans, and so they have conversations on Black America and the history that connects us, to be honest with you. But it seems like some people don't like that. It seems like sometimes when Africans or Nigerians talk about the Black American struggle, people just want us to shut up and not say anything, or people just want us to, not, discuss things, or not, implore them to.
It ain't just y'all though. Respect.
Yeah.
But I know it's direct. I know this is in direct to y'all, but because my in-laws, my wife, they're Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? My wife is Jamaican and Guyanese, so her father's from Guyana, her mom's from Jamaica. Straight again, they're for immigrants. I'm sorry. First, they were born here. I'm sorry. My wife's grandparents came.
Okay.
And so she's just again. So they were born in America. They were here. Or mom was born in Jamaica and came over here young. I'm sorry. Dad was born in Guyana and came over here young. Sorry.
Okay.
But I say that to say, the term Yankee, you know what I'm saying, or how they perceive things, how they see things, how again, again, we had a conversation with your brother Kenny about masculinity, through the lens of Andrew Tate. We can talk about that through the lens of Caribbean or African or American, the masculine, what a man is supposed to do, what he's supposed to be, what he's supposed to look like, what he's supposed to smell like, what his hands supposed to like, what his feet supposed to like, you know what I mean, and what he's supposed to wear, that comes from again real cultural. It's like
just culture. Yes, it's a cultural cultural norms that are now can be blended because we are a blended people, honestly. And when you talk about the African diaspora, things get dicey because we all have history, and we all, believe it or not, we all have history that was erased as well. So when we have podcasts like the 154 podcast, I see it as a benefit. I see it as a positive because it does bring a lot of education to the current situation. And I do bring on people. And now it's caused controversy because sometimes people don't say things the right way. And I will attest to that. I agree with some of the shit that goes on. Like, you could have said that better. But I do think that when Africans are talking about things, we get no grace when it comes to like Black Americans and how we come off. Because listen, we get it. Foundation of Black Americans, they have a different struggle when it comes to this experience in America. But I know me, I was born here in New Jersey. I live in New York. I have my skin is black. No matter where I go, I'm black. So my actual experience living here is not much different than a lot of Black Americans living in America. Yeah. But I just have a different, set of parents and who have different cultural norms. But yeah, let's get into the conversation that JuJu is having. I'm going to put on the video real quick, and then I will take a quick pee break, and I'll be right back. All right.
All right. Oh my God.
Godfrey's African Center podcast that keeps speaking on Black Americans.
You think every Black American should try to find out their roots? Because I can look at someone and going, wow, like that person's Nigerian. And I go, excuse me, are you Nigerian? Nah, I ain't Nigerian. And I'm like, yeah. I don't know if anyone's told you, but you are definitely educated. You can tell by features.
Last month, they caught a lot of smoke for how David Oyelowo disrespected Black Americans.
You know what happens to Southerners? If you take the Nigerian accent like this, and you slow it down, you put a lot of slavery in there, and then you start to put a little bit of subservience in it. This is what starts to happen.
Which led to Godfrey crashing out about it.
I don't give a fuck what y'all were thinking, because I didn't make him say that.
I didn't say it.
I didn't make him say that. So fuck all of that.
And now on their latest podcast, they're talking about the need for Black Americans to find their roots. Like our roots and ancestors aren't right here in America.
Nobody asked Jamaicans or Haitians to provide a family tree, but whenever the subject comes up for Black Americans, people get so up in arms. Like, where are you from? We're from here.
But I'm Jew. Welcome to the...
Huh? What'd you say?
You got something playing in the background. Is that me? Is that you? Got something playing in the background? Or is that me got something to play with?
I don't hear anything.
I literally hear something in the background. I'm so sorry.
Is it somebody talking?
Yeah. I think that, I'm sorry. That might have been me. That might have been me having something in the background. I'm sorry.
All right. We'll continue.
Yep.
Channel, please like and share the video. Don't forget to
shout out to Jew, man.
Let's get into it. You think every Black American should try to find out their roots? Because what if we are amongst a bunch of royals and we don't even know it? Like, it'd be cool if some of my homies from school.
Okay, so real quick, I want to give some context to this conversation specifically. This woman they're talking to, she is a Black American woman who was adopted, right, in America. She found out that through her lineage that she is part of royalty. So there's context surrounding this conversation, to why they're asking her this question. It's not like they're just trying to pick on Black Americans and like say, oh, maybe everybody should find out. So I want to just put that out there.
And I'm like, man, I didn't know I was supposed to be calling you sir this and, Prince this. It makes me wonder how many other people are from royal families and don't even know it.
I really don't know why a podcast centered on the 54 countries in Africa keeps speaking on Black Americans specifically. You would think they have enough content and discussions to talk about without discussing Black American problems or what we need to do. And I'm just tired of that talking point. Black Americans don't know where we're from, or we don't know where our roots are, when in fact we do know where we're from. We're from America, and we do know our roots here in America. Our ancestors are from America. Therefore, there's no need for us to look anywhere else.
Did somebody educate me on why there's Black Americans that don't know where they're from, like their ethnicity and stuff. Like growing up Nigerian, having a grandfather in the house that's like straight from Nigeria, clothing, the food, the language, the accent, everything. I've always known.
Your grandfather's from Nigeria? That is so cool. My paternal grandfather is from Harlem. My maternal grandfather is from Vale, North Carolina. He spent most of his life in Hickory. My maternal grandmother is from Columbia, South Carolina, which is where I was born. My paternal grandmother is from Charleston, South Carolina. Her people are Gullah Geechee. Do you know what all 4 of those places have in common? America. People get so up in arms, like, where are you from? We're from here.
It comes off very counterproductive, which is how you get clips like David the Yellow Wolf. Not to even mention him alluding to Black Americans being raised in hatred.
And they didn't bring me up with all of that trauma and dysfunction and hatred.
So, before we move forward, couple of comments I want to make. Well, let me ask you first. You know, do you get that from Nigerian Americans, or when you talk to people who are African, that, or when you just mentioned that you talk to your Caribbean family sometimes, do you get like this sense that
Black America's not good enough?
Yeah, do you get that sense?
Yeah, and not even for a pod purpose. I do get defensive, because again, I don't know anything past Dallas County with my people. You know what I'm saying? In Selma, Alabama. You know what I'm saying? I know that's where my grandmama from.
Yeah.
I know that's where her daddy was at, because that's where they was at. I know, Selma, very influential in everything that we, the civil rights, Voting Bills Act, civil rights movement. Again, my family was on Edmund Pettus Bridge. My aunt, my late aunt now, Auntie Linda, has a book in the Library of Congress, children's book discussing that. My Auntie Ann ran the Voting Rights Museum down there in Selma.
Yeah.
Like, so that lineage to me is good enough. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So, you know what I mean? So
it's
like,
powerful.
I do feel that, I do feel that. But again, I also grew up a short of my time in Buffalo, where it was a lot of Caribbean descent, African descent, and it was never during those younger times. It was the opposite. Like the Africans that came here, or the Caribbeans that came here,
some type of way.
They were treated some type of way to where they had to represent themselves in a way where like you know who I am, or they'll fight for the respect of who I am. Like again, who they were good enough. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
I grown up having to fight because my name is Chidi, just because people didn't know how to pronounce it. People didn't. It's not that hard, but people would call me cheater or chatter or whatever. I heard somebody call me like shitty or something like that. I was like, all right, now we gotta swallow.
Shitty.
So it's a thing that the Africans go through here, where we get bullied crazy when we're growing up. No cap. Like we really go through it here. But I want to talk about the sentiment that this Black or this African podcast feels when you talk about Black Americans all the time. First of all, they are not always talking about Black Americans. They talk about Black Americans when it's relevant to the conversation that's being had on the podcast. It's a very pretty good podcast. And I think that what happens a lot of times, because there is this little bit of friction and people want to get defensive, they clip these bad moments. Yes, the David Yellow Wolf conversation. He played Martin Luther King in the Summer movie, right? British Nigerian came here and performed an American role for one of the most iconic Black Americans ever. I did not watch the movie personally, but I also feel like that's like, a little bit of appropriation in a sense. However, I also think that the way that he presented himself on that podcast was a little bit snobby to a degree. I think that
Godfrey doubled down on it. Like, so Godfrey, like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck. I'm sorry, Auntie. I know you're listening. I'm sorry. I don't give a F. F them.
Listen.
F them. I ain't apologizing. I ain't telling them what to say. And so I'm hearing JuJu like, Go ahead.
I think Godfrey needs to chill a little bit, because if he truly wants to unite and bring people together, and I think he's already taken hits before, when he's the same guy who's putting people on to so much Black American history that Black Americans don't even know some of the stuff that he knows about, So I honestly think that he shouldn't be getting the hatred he gets. Listen, I have a clip here, right, of Godfrey on the early days of the podcast, and how he is breaking down, how he can even be here, how we can even be here, and giving the credit to the Black Americans. So when you say, yeah, he's thoughts about, I think he's being defensive as well. And I think this is what happens when Black Americans and the Africans and the Caribbeans talk sometimes. We are so proud of ourselves and our lineage and our heritage that we pit each other against each other when it's sometimes not necessary. When sometimes we just gotta be like, listen, me and you, before you got on the podcast, you said I talked to you some type of way. What did I say to you? Hey, I didn't mean it that way, but this is what I meant. Sometimes you take a step back and re-explain yourself. You gotta take a step back and re-explain yourself. And I think that as Black Americans, we get defensive, right? And we want to just say, no, take it how you want it. No, take a step back, re-explain yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. So Godfrey, you got to hold yourself accountable, because it is your platform. David Oyelowo, yes, you came off as a snob. I'm a Nigerian American. It sounds snobby to me. You don't know how to communicate in a way that's effective to a Black American to not take it as disrespect. But however, when it comes to them saying, hey, to the previous woman, hey, you had a story where you're a Black American, you found out that you were adopted and you were of royalty, now you are a princess. Do you think that more Black Americans find out their roots? It's so relevant to her story. And to ignore that whole thing and say, oh man, they're talking about Black people again, just shut up. I think it's whack. I think it really is whack to really encapsulate that story as them just wanting to talk about Black people. And I think, to me, a lot of the times, yeah, I said to you, I would love to take you to Nigeria one day just to show you what it's like. I think a lot of Africans are ready to embrace people, but there's this narrative that we somehow have some friction with Black Americans, or just the diaspora in general, of like, we look at each other of a certain way, and I want to dispel that. Me and him were roommates, bro, locked in, no crazy cultural fights ever broke out between us because he's from where he's from and where I'm from. No, we fought about wrestling.
I think the only thing the only thing I'm like, bro, you cook with a lot of spice. Nigga, I started taking pills fucking with Chidi.
Yeah, I put too much pepper in my food. You see, like, we barbecue, we cooking. Listen, yeah, I do put a lot of pepper in my food, but yeah,
you made that chicken and rice. That was good, bro.
Just fire. Just good, but spicy.
Just spicy.
But yeah, this is where we lean on each other. I lean on him when he told me more and more about his lineage and where he come from and what his ancestors have done, and that speaks to what Godfrey says here in this clip.
The Civil Rights Bill is the reason why our parents got to come over here.
Boom.
1964, Lyndon Baines Johnson had to sign that Civil Rights Bill. You know, Martin Luther King is sitting right next to him.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that is the reason why Koreans can come here.
Yep.
Koreans, Indians, Arabs, Nigerians. It's because of the Civil Rights Bill. Right. It's because of African Americans, foundational background, coming in here, busting their ass, being treated like.
So yeah,
I find it funny.
That's shout out to this guy, but basically he's putting them on to and giving Black Americans their props. But my thing is that doesn't ever get highlighted. What this guy, what you respectfully, what you've done is encapsulate the podcast to two of the worst moments that have happened on the podcast, when there's so much more educational stuff that have been happening. Later on, Ju says, "Oh, why don't you have some Black Americans on if you want to have Black?" The woman that you're talking about was a Black American. She's a Black American. That's why they had her on the podcast, because her story's so unique, and she found out where she's from, and that's why they're having the conversation to begin with. And I think that it lacks the nuance sometimes when people talk about Black or at least Africans who talk about these things. I don't think they meant any disrespect. You know, and I think that sometimes it could be since it's a sensitive topic. Sometimes when we talk about where we come from, it could be taken as disrespect, but it's not necessarily meant that way.
And again, you know, like you said, our conversation, I think when we catch it or when we feel it, I think we have to say it, and I think now we're talking about receivers both times, right? Because how I initially received what you said, when I give it back to you, either you can receive it as, oh, I gotta take accountability, let me iron this out, or I can get defensive and double down on what I said. Yeah, fuck nigga, if I said lead a pod, nigga, lead a pod, I'll do it by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Which is not what I meant. Yeah.
Which is not what you meant. You know what I'm saying? So to the point of Godfrey, like, no, nigga, like, fuck Black Americans, nigga. We ain't gotta talk about y'all niggas no more ever again, nigga. This is 154.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that.
I know, but he damn near, nigga.
No, he said I did not say that. So take it up with that guy. He's like, I didn't say it. Take it up. And when you have a guest and you're interviewing a guest, like if we're interviewing MVP and he went on like a crazy rant page, it's hard to like stop. We had low key on, and he went off.
Wow, we had to edit low key, my nigga. Nigga, certain people you just like, this is an edited podcast. And we just gonna pick out what we want.
Exactly.
Shit,
maybe you should have edited some of David's pod because it did come off offensive, you know.
But shout out to niggas like Stephen A. right now who will let us see Gary Chambers and Officer Tate, and he said, "Fellas, this ain't edited. This ain't edited. We gonna put this all out." And we like, yeah, look, I like that. Let me see Officer Tate put himself in the corner, nigga.
Sometimes that's necessary too, because Stephen A. Smith is not. He's saying it out loud. You know, like it's all both parties know. But yeah, I think that what Ju's done. This is the second video Ju's done about this podcast, though, and I respect his content and I like what he does, and I just think that he constantly is.
What is his real issue? Is his real issue that he gets agitated that one of the biggest, clearly again, supporters and knowledge knowers of the Black American struggle, because sometimes I do feel like we're used as a linchpin. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I do feel like we're used as a vine sometimes. You know, like I granted that particular young lady's story or woman's story, you know, was very unique, powerful, but other times, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't a bad clip. The one previously, and I'm not saying that Godfrey's who he is. He's also a comedian, right? Yeah. So he might want to get some jokes off. You know, like again, he's growing up in America this whole time. Also, he knows Black Americans, so like
happy birthday to Godfrey. I mean, his birthday was today. He's 57. This guy's 57 years old, so he's been through some shit. He's very knowledgeable about this, and he grew up here. He's from Chicago, like so. I do think that he has gotten defensive with things because this is the second time people are now coming at him for some of the tough stuff.
Yeah. He's in his Dave Chappelle bag right now, right? Like you said something about trans, and you have to take accountability, and you can't just say, well, I got friends that's trans, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, and Godfrey, like, he doesn't kind of want to accept, again, the responsibility that he has in his voice. Again, as powerful as that clip that you say, brother, that you just played, I want to, you know, be transparent about this as a Black American. We get tossed to the side after that cliff note. No, and I'm not saying by him or by his people, but like realistically,
about the civil rights.
Yeah, about the civil.
He goes on further.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You knocked your cord out again. Nope.
Me.
There it is.
Here we go.
Okay.
Yeah. He goes on, and there's other clips where he's really does really does establish on his.
I've seen him. He's talking about the massacres and everything. Like he's like Godfrey. He's
well versed.
Yes, well versed.
And
absolutely.
he's exposing not just to he's on all black people. He's exposing it to all black people to bring us together. That's his intention, I feel like. And does he have people on where things get mixed and true? I think black people are in a space right now where we're in a time where we're going to need to come together. 1, 2, I believe that we got to go through these conversations to come together. You got to go through the frictions. We got to rip.
Dude, coming together. I know we say it all the time. And then I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I just want to ask you real quick. We say it all the time that black people are not a monolith. What do we need to get on the same page about to come together?
That's a great question, man. I think that one thing is that, man, we have all had our history ripped from us, and they get into it in this clip here a little bit with her name. I'm sorry, I don't want to butcher her name. Let me get it here. Sierra Leone Princess Sarah Culberson. That's her name, Sarah Culberson.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and share this with you guys.
Okay.
The problem with the African continent too is that they boarded, Europeans boarded off the African continent, where you need a passport to go to the next country. But in Europe, you could take a train from Italy to there, it's border free. But they purposely kept Africans away from each other to carve up, they had that big conference in the 50s to carve up Africa. And once we take these borders that they put down there, Africa coming together, it's a wrap, it's over. And they know that. It's a wrap. You get us together, whether it's, and you know what I love? That Ibrahim Traore they had in Jamaica, they had big celebrations for Ibrahim Traore in Jamaica and all of the Caribbean, because I think the reason why there's division with Africans and Caribbean is because there's a fear. Everybody's afraid. They want to see an example of, we actually can stick together. So with Ibrahim, he's so dope with it right now. And he has military backing him up. So he's like, nah, I ain't afraid of this. You getting out of our country. We're going to put all our people to work. Now everybody's starting to go, hey, so now it was fear. I think it's more fear. Fear of.
So he goes on further, which I could show the clip. When you say come together, I think it's coming together first of all on the premise and understanding and knowledge that we all have been separated for a reason. We all have been separated for a reason. There is no black world power. There is no black country that's a world power, and that's by design. So when you understand that, fighting over petty words of like, you said black people are subservient and we are from America and we're so proud to be from America. I get it, be proud, but at the same time, I would allow people to have a little bit more grace with each other, because I would like to see more grace with each other when it comes to the black diaspora. Because we are so much more powerful here. First, it comes with understanding how we got into where we are today. Because fighting each other doesn't matter. But when he's talking about Ibrahim, he's talking about the president of Burkina Faso that we talked about, who's our age. He's like 38 years old. He's the president, and he says, we kind of kicked out all the white people, low key, the tourists, not people that were living there, but we got to get out of here. We are now trying to build from the inside, and we're maintaining our resources. We're running a certain playbook that's going to be for the next decade, beyond 20 years, so we can bring people together. Then he says they're celebrating him in Jamaica because it's a black country taking their power back. I'm upset because Nigeria has so much debt with European countries right now, and they still are paying and not owning their own oil. We are, like you said, there's a lot of fear when it comes to black people across the globe. There needs to be a new black renaissance. And it comes with us not bickering off of what somebody said on a podcast, is understanding that we are more alike than not. Yeah, you may be from Alabama, I may be from New York, or I may be from Nigeria, Lagos, Abuja, Obiaku, wherever you're from. Your lineage goes back to. But our history is very similar. We've been sectioned off so that there is a level of distrust within each other. So it's fair to say, you know what, respectfully, I don't want to look into my lineage, but I'm from wherever I am, South Carolina, Harlem, wherever. It's okay. But I think that the curiosity of Africans who are like, wait, where are you from? Because we know that, you know, you're similar to us. It's a lot of curiosity that comes from with black, well, I mean, me Africans, because I know that I've asked people, hey, so where are you from? And then they're like, oh, I'm from here. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then they take it, just me asking that question, because I'm like, oh, they look similar to somebody like my cousin or something. They like, oh, you think you're better? I'm like, no, I just asked. I thought you might have been from the Caribbean Isles. I thought you might have been from Africa. I thought you might have been, you know, somewhere else. I don't know, because we are spread across the globe. We are, you know. So first and foremost is just not being so. I just hope we're not so defensive on both sides. Godfrey, when people are offended or take something the wrong way, and Black Americans when you get offended, as if we are intentionally trying to disrespect you. We can go to Shabuzi when he said that this country was built by immigrants, and then he got killed. He got killed because they're like, oh no, it's Black Americans that built this. Yes, Black Americans did build America. I'm not going to take that from us, but immigrants are a part of that since then, and I think that's what with the context of what's going on with immigrants today. That's why he said it. And I think that just ignoring the context and nuance sometimes, we don't get that grace. Black people kind of like just stop on, don't talk about us. It's like, well, if we don't talk about you when we give credit to immigrants, is a problem. But when we do talk about you and give you credit, is a problem. And if we say, hey man, we want to connect and maybe find out where you're from and your roots, it's like, no, we don't want to touch that. You know, it gets to a point where it's like, damn, like, is there any way where we can come together and understand that, hey, man, there's a lot going on with Black people in this country and across the globe that if we understood the politics, we could have more power. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, I'm super glad that you ended with that particular point of if we know our politics, because as you were speaking, I was researching, right? What is the closest Black country that can be a world power? And it is Nigeria. Widely identified as Nigeria is the closest Black majority nation with the potential to be a global world power. Massive population, economic scale, regional influence, soft power. Culturally, Nigeria exerts major global influence primarily through Nollywood, the second largest film industry by volume. You know,
yeah.
And so then I say, well, then what is Nigeria's debt to Europe, as you were speaking, right? And currently they broke it down, and it's not just all of Europe. I actually just break down the debt. Nigeria's total public debt stands at $110.97 billion. Now they said that doesn't disqualify you from being a world power, as the United States is in 37 trillion.
Okay.
Japan is at 8 trillion. You know what I'm saying? So those are two respective world powers that are in debt right now. So
we gotta invest in our country, and that's
exactly what they said. So right now they said how debt relates to world power status, the debt to GDP strength. Nigeria's debt to GDP ratio sits at a healthy 32.3%. The International Monetary Fund notes this is significantly lower than the US, over 120%, and Japan, over 250%, meaning Nigeria's overall economy is not over leveraged relative to its size. So realistically, as big as Nigeria is, they're not in as much debt realistically compared to the GDP ratio of where they're at and scale, right? So right now the revenue trap is Nigeria's current bottleneck is not the size of its debt, but its low tax collection. The country spends roughly 53.7% of its generated revenue simply servicing interest payments. This restricts immediate funding for the military expansion, advanced infrastructure, and technology. So, product versus consumptive debt. Productive versus consumptive debt. To achieve its goal of a $1 trillion economy, Nigeria is shifting its borrowing away from government overhead into revenue-generating assets such as sovereign suku, SUK. I'm not sure how to pronounce that word.
I don't know how to pronounce it either.
SUK. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna even try.
As a sovereign bond to build nationwide rail and highway networks. So again, to your point of the direct bilateral debt that they have to European governments, they owe France $609 million owed to French government. They owe Germany $106 million. Commercial debt, Eurobonds. Nigeria holds over 18 billion in outstanding Eurobonds. While these are issued on the international capital market and not owed to European governments directly, a substantial portion of these dollar securities are held by institutional investors, commercial banks, asset managers based in European financial hubs like London and Frankfurt. It's again, like you said, cleaning up the books. But
yeah.
They are the close. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off, but I was just thinking, like, when I think about this, I hate this. That's why I don't like this offish, the relationship that people have to African discussion and American discussion and Black Americans talking about each other, because we are fighting so hard here in America.
Yeah.
To get crumbs as Black people. We can't get jobs. We can't get health care. We can't get fucking childcare. We can't get anything, bro. Can't get college. And then we get ostracized and demonized. And then we just got to keep on talking about it. Imagine if we put together our mindset and said, you know what, let's all, build up one of these countries into the right way and put and have these start to not even leave America or find out where you're coming from. I mean, just having the conversations on what if.
Nigga, Black Panther was the closest thing we got to niggas really like, yeah, I'm African. Like,
yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, the pride.
So people, the same people that will do this will say, I'm not from Africa. I'm from here. The same people will dog like Africans will do this for a fictional country. When people ask them, hey, you want to do your, I don't know, 23andMe or your,
I do got to figure out which one is the best one that ain't got no
crazy shit.
Behind them.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'm worried about. Because you say, why would they clone me, nigga? They'll clone me. I'm a real nigga. They'll clone a real nigga.
They don't want too many of you, dog. They don't know what they're getting themselves into, bro.
Oh my soul, nigga. They might just need one of me. I might be straight. They're like, send as many blood as you need, nigga. We ain't gonna take it, nigga. You straight.
Yeah. But I'm so happy that you brought up the statistics on which country is closest to becoming a world power. Us as Black people have to recognize that we are reason why we get so much racism in this world. You talk about Argentina and they're racist, and Speed goes around the world. He gets racism all over the place. Europe, Japan, Singapore. And then he goes to Africa and he gets so much love. And we are seeing that live. And then when they talk about it, there's still this friction of like, oh, you don't talk about Black Americans. I'm like, guys, there's so much more that we could be doing together than not. And me and you building our podcast together is a testament to what we can do when we come together, when we put our minds together. I'm not saying that we got to change the world right now. I'm just saying we can't stop conversation. Stopping conversation is not the way to go.
We can't. And honestly, they say it's possible. Projections suggest that population can make Nigeria the world's third largest country by 2050. So, it possesses the massive domestic workforce and consumer market.
I'm praying that they get their shit together, man. I really do, because what Ibrahim is doing in Burkina Faso, I hope that they start to pick up and see, listen, we can do the same, because
two things we have to look for: education infrastructure, which I'm looking at right now, and healthcare infrastructure. If Nigeria operates the largest education system in Africa, with roughly 25 million primary school students and 7.5 million secondary students. So realistically, you have a large youth base that you can grow into a workforce base, right? And that then goes into, if you train and if your federal government goes into the healthcare,
there's a lot
the healthcare infrastructure. That's
the infrastructure needs a lot of help. And like when I went there back in 2022, it was eye opening. I'm like, yo, I want to come back and I want to help out. Shout out to Kai Cenat. You know, he's not Nigerian and he built a school, you know, out there. And I respect that. You know, he's Jamaican, and you know and that's kind of the things I would like to see more. Not, you know, for any place. You know, I don't like this all fish way, and I don't want people to. Listen, it's cool to have a conversation. Say, listen, Godfrey, you bugging, like that. It was rude, but respectfully to Jew, like, to tell people just don't talk about Black Americans when they're literally talking to a Black American about her story and stopping the conversation. I don't think that's the best way to advance our people. And I mean our people because we are all the same people. We are. We're the same people, we are. We have actively been split up on purpose. And that's where the curiosity comes in of, hey, maybe more Black people find out their lineage. Maybe they are also royalty. Maybe they are also, will find out, hey, let me go visit Ghana. Let me go visit the Congo. Let me go visit Nigeria and see what's going on. And when you go back, even if you're not royalty, you're American, so you get treated like royalty, low key. So, like, I honestly, I think it would be an eye-opening experience for a lot of people to travel to the more advanced nations in Africa just to get a taste of what it's like, because there's so much love, and the pace of life is not so stressful. Like, I will say that. Like, you wake up, people ask you how you sleep. Oh, what do you want to eat today? You know, you go outside, the sun's beaming. You might, you know, play some soccer or kickball or whatever, you know, like, and it's really slow key. Now, granted, you're gonna need your security, you're gonna need to know how to get around, all that stuff, but it's available for you if you go there and you actually take the time. And that's what 154 is about. It's about bringing these stories to light and also uniting not just Africans but Black Americans as well, and showing our stories and destigmatizing, one, the propaganda told about Africa to Americans, and two, destigmatizing this divide we have against people of this diaspora. And I hope that we all can take that from this. And yes, we're not going to always say the right things. Neither Black Americans, Nigerians, Jamaicans, Caribbeans, we're not always going to say the right thing. But having the conversation stop is the death of any advancement we could have as a people. Let's be real. Till now, the world takes advantage of people of dark skin. The world takes advantage of people with dark skin. Until we start to stand up and work together and stop demonizing each other, we can't really overcome and become our own world power and have a seat at the table to really make some shit happen and shit. I really think
that, you know, this conversation was very important, and I say that with care and love, because, you know, America does not treat us the way that it was promised, because again, America was not created for us, you know. So, you know, as I say that,
we feel trapped sometimes, man. No matter where we go, we have some bullshit, bro.
Yeah, but even though, like, you know, I said, I don't know nobody past my grandparents, you know, I know that they have to know or have an idea, because nobody of us was just here. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have any living grandparents still? How many you have?
I have one living grandmother, and that's maternal.
Okay.
And I have one paternal grandfather.
Real talk.
And
so you got two Two
I got
grandparents living.
I got two grandparents living.
Okay.
You know, and that's a blessing. You know, but you know, with that being said, I
wish I
would
talked to my grandparents more, man. I really do.
I believe that they're descendants, right? I believe they're descendants of slaves. So with that being said, I have a lineage of African roots, bloodlines that I probably, because now I have kids now. Like I literally have kids, and who's to say that we're 8th generation? You know what I'm saying?
Who knows?
You know,
Ghanaian, Nigerian, you never know. Cape Verde.
Cause I'm looking up right now, bro. I'm like, yo, what's like? Honestly, I love that we have the kind of, for one, I literally look. I said, how do we donate to these causes? Nigerian crowdfunding portals I have up right here. I'll put them in our link in our chat. I'll put them in the link in our description. I'll put the link in our description. Nigerian crowdfunding portals, direct target relief. If you want to fund specific individual causes directly, such as students' university fees or family urgent surgery bills, you can browse vetted campaigns on Nigeria platforms, and then you go there. Or you can go to grassroots education and health nonprofits. I have the link of those too, because again, I said what I was saying about America not treating us well, and me being a descendant of Africa. There might be a time, you know, my mother-in-law, you know, she, you know, we was joking around, and I was saying, I'll put you in the 55 and up community, you know, you live around the corner or whatever the case may be. And she was like, no, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Why I can't choose where I want to live when I'm 65? And now just sparking like, nigga, yeah, when I'm 65, nigga, we might be in Africa. And we might have seen the growth and the evolution and been a part of that. You know what I mean?
Go there now when we look at King. Dead ass.
On me, I said, is $1,000 highly significant in Nigeria? They said, yes, motherfucker.
Yes.
$1,000 can get you over there for like 9 months, my nigga. So I'm like, okay, so like real deal significant. The money that we spend here really can, $1,000 right now says it can pay for 6 months or a year of full rent for a standard apartment in a secure mid-tier neighborhood outside of premium zones like Victoria Island.
Victoria Island, by the beach. Yo,
okay, so
I need to go back, man. I haven't been there since I was a kid.
Yeah. $1,000 can fully cover a year's tuition of books or registration fees for multiple children at solid private schools or public or students at federal universities. So you know, $1,000. Break it down. Like if we can do something as a family, you know, again, and
that's what we do. That's what our people do. We do things together. As family, tribal. We come together and we make sure that all the kids are taken care of, and we respect all our elders. That's why I respect my Nigerian elders, and I respect his elders as well, and I respect they are above me. The people who his lineage in Alabama are above me, and I look up to them. No matter what we are, it doesn't matter if we are from different coasts. We just were shipped to different places, bro. And I was born here because of his lineage of his people. So, and I respect that every single time. But we are here together now, doing this podcast and having this conversation because of our ancestors doing what's necessary to give us this life, you know. And
we respect them by respecting each other. We respect them by respecting. Yo, me and moms, when I went to and that's on a humbug, bro. Like y'all don't understand how the Lord works, bro. Like me and Chidi are legitimately probably, but I guess we can say we're best friends. Yeah, we're best friends. Yes. All right. You want to go do karate in the garage? Yes. You know what I mean? Like we're, you know, but that's, you know, so I go to WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia, and I go on a solo mission. We supposed to go together, but we can't. And my wife was like, "You're depressed. Get the fuck out the house. Go. I'll send you. Get out." You know what I'm saying? So I drive up to Philly by myself, and never been to Rockland County. Never been to his home where he grew up. Dad's house. Never saw mom. And going there was like, I felt like the best friend that came to his best friend's house. Like, if I ain't never been there. You know what I'm saying? He showed me around like, this is the pool, this is the kitchen, we got to fit. I'm like, nigga, like, I'm at the crib, you know what I mean? Like, and it was dope seeing mom and that's family. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's family. So yeah, man.
Listen, man, you know my nephew.
Can't wait to go to Nigeria.
Yo, you locked in, bro, like the family. So like, yeah, we are best friends. And when it comes to the diaspora, I think that's why we want to have this conversation, because we know that Godfrey is first generation Nigerian American, like me. You are a foundational Black American like Ju, and I think that we are an example of what should be when we have these conversations, and the respect you should have from one another when you discuss these sensitive topics when it comes to the African diaspora, because you know I think that they think it's intentional to separate us, and we don't need to argue about, you know, who should talk about what or how people should be talking about. If you feel offended, it's okay to say so. It's okay to take accountability when your brother is offended.
You know what? We're gonna end like that, because that's what that's masculinity to us, right? The growth of, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, being a man, being a Black man, being a stand-up Black man who won't take nothing from nobody. Be like, if I offended my brother, girl, I offended my brother. You know what I'm saying? And we grown up so many times in this life and in this world to, if we offend somebody, so what? Take it for how you like. That's not how you.
You ain't gonna tell me how to talk. You ain't gonna tell me how to, be. And then it's like, all right, then don't talk on me, nigga. Like, you know, that's how it be. You know, and
so then now nothing gets said, nothing gets done, nothing gets heard. You know, nobody gets seen, no feelings get. You know, like it then nothing, no progression happens. And I think we've been.
And it's by design, bro. It's by design.
We've been real stagnated because nobody wants to have, again, a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I told my wife, all right, motherfucker, I'm leaving, nigga. You don't want to talk. You know what I'm saying? You gotta talk to me. You can't talk about me. You can't talk. You know what I mean? We gotta have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Nigga, my bag packed at the door. Nigga, stop playing with me.
Stop it.
I got
Listen, man.
Nigga, I'll be in that truck of rich, nigga.
Listen, man. Listen, man. Let's keep it peace. Keep it peace. All is love, guys. All is love. Everything is everything, man. Everything is everything. Listen, I was gonna throw some topics at you, but it's late as fuck, and we had a great pod. I'll see if I can throw them at the end of tomorrow's pod, because tomorrow we got receipts room. So yes, please, if y'all here with us, please definitely subscribe, and you'll tune in for that tomorrow. Definitely follow if you're on Twitch. You know, definitely like, do the comments and all that. So all that means the world. The comments tonight. Loved it. Shout out to J-Rock. Shout out to Rich for
Thank you,
hopping
man.
in the chat.
I hope you hit that like. I hope you subscribe, brother. I appreciate you, my dog.
For real. Shout out to the listeners, and we just growing, man. We almost hitting 100 soon. Should we hit it sometime this week? I'm manifesting this week 100. We need 4 more.
Yo, we almost at 100. That's exciting,
man.
Bro. That's exciting.
Man. It's exciting, man.
Right,
great way to bounce back. Great way to bounce back. Listen, man, all is love. Everything is everything. We all see y'all tomorrow. Everything is. We are the zeitgeist. We are the culture. Peace out, guys.
Peace.